Hopefully everyone was able to have a little bit of a breather, take a quick break, grab some lunch, dinner, whatever your time zone is, and welcome back. My name's Ketchup, joined by Mustard. You're watching the PS4 Tournaments MK11 Open Series monthly finals for January. Now, clear my throat real quick. Great start here from your boy.
That's
Open
right, I'll
Series.
take over. No problem. You got to clear your throat. Go ahead, bro. Welcome to the monthly finals for North America. We are ready. We have the second half of the day to go. Europe has finished where Raichu took first place, taking out Arn Kratos in grand finals. And we're ready with the second half of the day, which is North America. But before we get too much into the action, we do want to remind you that the Open Series is but one half of the official PS4 Tournaments version of competitive MK11 you can do right now. The other half, obviously, being the Pro competition. So we do have a little video ready to go, showcasing a little bit of what both the Pro competition and Open Series are about. So let's check that out.
Sangue Frio é o primeiro campeão aqui da primeira etapa da Liga Latina. Sensacional!
Look at this damage.
Very doable!
You can't hold me down. Yeah, how you like me now? You won't beat the hell call. Looks like bling.
Jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation. So, the Pro competition, it is officially in full swing. It's had a couple of broadcasts already for every league that's taken place. And to remind everyone, we have North America, Intercontinental and Liga Latina all going on. And we have another Intercontinental broadcast in a few days' time. You can catch that stream on PlayStation channels and the NetherRealm channels on YouTube and Twitch on Sunday. The tournament starts on Saturday, but then the top 8 will be on Sunday for the sub-regions. And that's where we start to see the split between like CIS, for example, you know, what's EU, East and West, right? You can pretty much figure that one out. And there is a 60k total prize pool with 20k each for the different leagues. So it's been a good month so far. We pretty much went right into 2021 with competitive activity straight off the bat. And
yes,
on that note, we've had some interesting results, I think. EU, we definitely had Asada Mata with his early reign of terror, and then Do Basic, and then Raichu TQ able to kind of come out in that final week, winning the monthly finals today, in fact. North America, Mustard, has been a bit more of the same, only in grand finals, though. It's a weird story.
We do have a compilation of some of the best moments from grand finals across the month of January, the 4 weeks that led to today's monthly finals. And you're going to notice right off the bat that it's pretty much just going to be a compilation of Mighty Unjust beating various top-level opponents, right? Mighty Unjust has continued to be the best player in Open Series in terms of like success and consistency and ability to kind of really take it that top level of competition over and over again. And that has been the case for a while. MK11 Ultimate has definitely been a little bit back and forth, where right at the start of MK11 Ultimate, it was kind of Mighty Unjust losing to Ice Scorpion in grand finals, which was definitely different to what we were used to by that point. But over the last, the entire month of January, you're seeing it here. It's just Unjust winning time and time again. You know, Tweedy now a regular face we're getting. We've had Titanium Tigers. Both those players, by the way, are here again today in today's top 8. As
indeed,
Mighty Unjust, of course. Like, we have these players that have been so good, and Unjust just has over and over again been able to really rise to the top and stay that #1 winner. I mean, you can literally see here, this is but a shred of his success in Open Series. You know, he's won over 30 streamed tournaments. He's got a 9-win streak twice. He's yet to get the 10th. I don't even know how close he is to it right now. I'm sure we can get that confirmed at some point, but he's got a pretty good win streak on the go numerous times and is definitely the player to beat. And today is going to be a continuation of that story. For Europe, we did have Raichu TQ able to take it, but this is the second half of the day. It's all about that North America catch-up. Run me through this bracket.
Breaking versus El Cacoy is going to be our first matchup, which is a very familiar matchup at this point. I'm sure we've seen it plenty of times. No, they're two mainstays, I think, of North American Open Series. After that, I mean, mainstay look no further, because it's going to be Mighty Unjust and Biohazard, which has been a regular grand finals, winners finals, whatever. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in round one. Lycanthos, who is a player that I believe we either haven't had in Open Series before or in some time. A Katana player, we've been told, but a player that I'm going to admit I'm not particularly familiar with, so I'm happy to see them in the Open Series to get educated up against Tweedy, of course, who had quite a sweaty match to get into top 8 if you go on Tweedy's social media.
I did see
yes,
the Twitter
indeed.
clip, yes.
And then finally after that, King Gambler, the Nightwolf god, up against Titanium Tiger. So we'll be seeing that matchup later on. But I think this is, without a doubt, Mustard, it's got to be one of our most heavy-hitting North American tournaments so far. Like, this is a juicy bracket.
I feel like we say that most weeks, but I think it's a case of it definitely being more and more prominent as we go through the months, but it's also the fact that we have so many strong players in North America now taking part in Open Series. And there's only 8 spots, and the reason for that is this prize money. And we have to remind those of you watching today, this is the monthly final of Open Series. This is no weekly invitational. We are talking big money for the day. $400 for first place, $300 for second, third, $200, and fourth, $100 respectively. This is near enough twice the money you play for in the weekly invitational. So I don't think it's a huge surprise that when we do get to the monthly finals, we get to this kind of real premium players of the month. You know, they do have to play against each other beforehand. This is just the final 8 of the day. And I will take a minute to just to explain those of you watching, excuse me, how the monthly finals is put together. So the weekly invitationals on Tuesdays, that is a Monday open entry free to enter tournament that is run as a Swiss style. So there's multiple rounds to it. The best performing players are invited back on Tuesday for the top 8 invitational. The monthly finals is only made up of players that have near enough gotten to the Tuesday qualification or really close. So the best performing players for the month get invited back, and that's what you see today for January. We've seen it all year round. If you want to get involved and be one of these best performing players to get into the monthly finals, get into the weekly invitationals, play for all that prize money that we have been dishing out so regularly on a weekly basis for both Europe and North America, compete.playstation.com is where you go to do it. These tournaments, whether it's pro competition, whether it's open series, is all there. It's all free to enter, and it could not be easier to get involved. We would love to see you play. It is not too late to get involved in competitive MK11, and that should be the rest of the year, hopefully.
It's always nice being able to go, hey, don't you worry, because there's more Open Series next month, and that's what we're doing now, because February will have a month jammed packed full of Mortal Kombat Open Series for EU and NA. On that note, let's move on to today's bracket. Enough of our chit-chat, I'm pretty sure, because it's Breaking and El Cacoy. Two players that have actually been known to use a lot of Sub-Zero. Breaking did use a fair amount of the Liu Kang again, which was nice to see, because Liu Kang really was Breaking's original main. You know, we saw Liu Kang almost every single week. Near the end of Aftermath, Breaking started to play a lot more Sub-Zero. It was a combination of like Dead of Winter and Avalanche. And then when Ultimate came out, Breaking was like full force with only Sub-Zero. We hadn't seen his Liu Kang in forever.
It's definitely swung left and right, you know. When we first saw him, it was mainly Liu Kang with a sprinkling of Sub, then it became mainly Sub with a sprinkling of Liu Kang, and now it's kind of a bit of a free-for-all, to be honest. I don't really know what dictates which character for Breaking, because it seems to be completely different every week regardless, you know. But the most important thing regardless of character choice is Breaking's ability to progressively perform better and better. I think at the start of the Open Series, Breaking really was a player that we would kind of just see in the bracket but wouldn't really expect too much of in terms of how far he could get, to the point that he started making top 4s, that he started taking out players like Bio, you know, getting really close to taking out Mighty Unjust. Like, he has gotten so much better. On the flip side, El Cacoy, another player that we have seen here and there in the Open series. Not quite as regular as Breaking, sure, but El Cacoy, when he is here, definitely making quite the splash. Another player, you know, he is the brother of Mighty Unjust. They do play a very similar character pool, with notable exceptions in the Jackie that you see a lot from Unjust. Don't really get to see that too much at all from El Cacoy. El Cacoy much more stuck to mainly the Sub-Zero and the Johnny Cage and whatever other character might be there. But hard to predict, but a solid player overall is El Cacoy, and a player that the more we see him in open series, the more dangerous he seems to become. I imagine this will be... Ooh, I mean, I feel like this could be a Sub-Zero week from Breaking, but it really depends. I feel like we see Breaking so regularly, but in Ultimate, I really don't know what he's been focusing on.
Hey, I've got to give Breaking his
different.
props, you know. I've got to give Breaking his props before we go into this match, because since Open Series, going straight into Liga Latina, Breaking has been doing really well.
Course.
Breaking has been doing really, really well in Liga Latina, so, like, pretty proud of him, to be honest. Because I hadn't really heard much of Breaking. I'd heard the name before, but hadn't seen him much online at the time.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, right, so...
Now, I did go out of my way to point out that El Cacoy hasn't played Jackie as a big deal, because I know El Cacoy has said he does not like fighting Jackie in the past, and that's why Unjust plays it against him so much. However, El Cacoy, yeah, he is not against playing good characters in this game.
Look, when he has to fight his own brother, Mighty Unjust uses this variation of Jackie against him. And because they do play each other's characters, there's very much a can't beat him, join him idea, I think, from El Cacoy.
We've seen it work before.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a super talented player. She's one of the best characters in the entire game, especially in this variation. It makes sense that you learn it. And this is the monthly finals, you know, we're playing for a nice little chunk of change, but Breaking starting things off with the immediate neutral duck. And then there's the Shaolin buff. Doesn't quite manage to get the wake-up counter hit, definitely fishing for it, but a good start for Breaking, who, as you said, is definitely getting better and better every single week. Oh, trade.
However, this life bar has definitely been good for Breaking, and we see Breaking again bringing out the Liu Kang. I feel like Liu Kang is becoming the more kind of, I suppose, versatile pick for Breaking. But right there, okay, fireball. Yeah, I definitely feel like Liu Kang is the character that Breaking at least wants to play more. I feel like we saw the Sub-Zero a lot before, was mainly because a lot of the opponents he would play against in open series, they basically just didn't like fighting Sub-Zero. So as a Sub-Zero main, you'd be kind of silly to not pick Sub against them. But when push comes to shove, I really do feel like he prefers the Liu Kang.
I mean, the Liu Kang is more his style. When he plays Sub-Zero, it very much looks like, kind of, with all due respect, it looks very much like a good Sub-Zero, right? But when I look at Breaking's Liu Kang, you can tell that he learned MK11 with this character. You know, his footsies are better, his reactions are better. I think his, like, nitty-gritty matchup knowledge is a lot better, too.
Oh,
that was a lovely punish.
El Cacoy just whiffing a jump punch instead of getting a grenade launcher and getting punished on the way down because of it. Now,
what's kind of weird, because normally Jackie players do instant jump into grenade launcher, so it looks like an executioner.
I think that's what he wanted. I think he wanted like a version of that perhaps, because he did kind of cross over in the corner, so maybe he just did it in the wrong direction and we just didn't get it in time. But one noticeable thing about Breaking's Liu Kang is his use of the parry, and I mean just the normal strike parry, not the energy parry that we are used to seeing more recently. That tends to be the preferred of the two. Because the amount of times that Breaking has just made some crazy play on the back of just a launching parry has been crazy in open series. Like, really is a move that he enjoys. Now, El Cacoy, from number 1 to number 2, depending on which version you want to see.
Or, depending on some people, from number 1 to also number 1.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. I was thinking of another way of saying that, but, you know, regardless. From top tier to top tier is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. But El Cacoy now making the change to Cetra. Now, this has been an increasingly popular thing that players are doing. I feel like it's much more common for people to be picking up Cetrion than it is the Jackie. I feel like a lot of people that are playing Jackie now already had like a bit of a pocket Jackie in the works. But there are definitely a lot of players that I don't think were really playing Cetrion much before Ultimate, that now seeing how good she is now, I mean, wow.
Look no further than those active frames.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing her now, because I think out of all the top tiers right now, this variation of Cetrion is definitely the most accessible. Yeah, there really isn't that much to it. Like, what makes this variation effective isn't, if you're good at the game, is not hard to pick up and make the most of. And when you are using it, is incredibly powerful. Nice pickup there too. Big damage extension for this variation of Cetrion.
Definitely some kind of interruption attempt there from Breaking that didn't quite work out. Eating wins just for free. Sorry, hiccups at the worst time. And now we're about to end this round. Jumping into a Hell's Wrath. I mean, in that situation, you're so weak. You have got 2 bars of defense, but you have to make a hard call because she has not only the projectiles, we can't forget about Cetrion. It isn't the projectiles that makes her so good. It is the projectiles and the buttons, and the options. She ticks pretty much every single box. And it's very easy to look at her from full screen and think that's why she's good, but it's more than that.
It's her base specials plus the ground pound for the long range unreactable kind of damage that tracks you. The teleport for mobility and safety, and then the tornado that kind of just glues everything together. Like, it really is a complete variation. No two ways about it. Ooh, raw fly kick. Just that kind of raw Liu Kang style. Ooh, back-to-back flawless blocks. El Cacoy flawless blocking to nullify the plus frames of the jump in, and Breaking with the flawless block to nullify the counter poke from El Cacoy, and that's going to be the round. Breaking now. Okay, this is important. Has El Cacoy in the corner? That far teleport going to be a threat? How do you play around it?
She's also not going to punish you that hard outside of KBs right now, so I guess it depends on what option Breaking's looking for if he makes a good call out. But thankfully for El Cacoy, able to kind of do the harder but more ideal thing is pushing his way out of the corner without having to teleport at all. So he can keep that defensive bar. There's that barrier, knock him right out of the air, push back of the winds. But taking a bit of a full screen turn, which I like from Breaking. You know, I block from range, still establish some kind of quick projectile game because Liu Kang's are so quick. Oh, he wanted to wake up roll counter hit so bad, but El Cacoy only sticking out a single button.
If that button was a few frames late, that forward 4 would have chewed it up. Ooh. Now, no flawless blocks on these tornadoes either. I think Breaking is just content to hold the damage. Oh, never mind. Tried it there.
Bit of a missed punish there on the flying kick, but with the way things are currently going, Breaking never mind. Full screen. Hits the... Oh,
no.
Looks for the punish.
If that fly kick was done just marginally later, just a tiny bit later, maybe could have seen a punish on that wake-up roll. But you could see the difference, though, right? When Breaking lost that life lead, had a lot of that distance to make up for again. Really tried his best, but just could not make it work.
Right.
Now, only one game apiece, though. We're definitely starting off with a relatively even set.
It is. So in this situation, El Cacoy plays a whole bunch of different characters, hence the Cetrion pick. Breaking, again, we've only ever seen him go with Sub-Zero or Liu Kang, so I don't really know what Breaking's character is for this matchup. Whether it's back to Liu Kang, whether it is Sub-Zero now. Rare footage of Shao Kahn getting picked in the Open Series. By accident, you know.
I can't remember the last time we even saw Shao Kahn picked. I think it would have been...
Dunax, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it may have been...
Bloodthirst as well. It was Bloodthirst.
Yeah, but even then, both of those like at least a month ago. Quite a rare sight, you know, is the TLDR of that.
He's been given more health now, though, 1100.
Officially the healthiest character in the game. Was it the most healthiest? What was it you said by accident?
I honestly can't remember what he said, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Ooh. Most healthiest
beast. But now, this ranged game, at least Liu Kang does have like some options to compete with this. You know, he has got projectiles of his own, they're not too shabby. Can whiff punish from range, but it's just Cetrion in this kind of matchup. You know, if I was looking at spring cleaning or something versus Liu Kang, would be talking about that fly kick punish, right, from most ranges. Cetrion in Ultimate, she has so many different options that are a lot safer, but have similar ranges. You know, the Earthquake, for example, the Boulder, the Winds at close range. So now Liu Kang, I kind of feel like surely Liu Kang has a bit of a trickier time now in this matchup. However, there's the 1, 2, 3, lovely jump in. My man Breaking threading the needle.
Yeah, that was a vanilla close if ever I've seen it. That was just a straight up jump in punch, 1, 2, 3 fatal blow. And that is definitely enough to take that life bar down. Breaking, not bad.
Round 2, fight.
An important round to win, though. Being able to kind of get that final... Oh, good lord. He made the hard read. But a read worth taking. Speaking of which, ready for the low. And the whiff punish accordingly. Side-switching Liu Kang back into the corner. And then this is definitely... Ooh, this is definitely where Cetrion players can sometimes mix up that. I don't know what that input was. Surely not meant to be that.
Okay, there's the stagger. To finish the string or not.
Lovely.
Ooh, now, this is where Breaking wants to be, though. Life lead. Not doing too bad. Oh, counter hit.
that's
I
it.
think that's death. Yeah, he's dead.
You're done.
Oh my goodness, the damage on that. Breaking. With a much more stable game, I will say. I feel like the second game we saw Breaking lose the life lead really early, but by like a considerable amount, and having to spend the whole time just playing catch up with like raw fly kicks and a ton of jumping. But this time, not quite the same. I think you can really tell the difference between like when you don't have the life lead versus Cetron and when you do. Because when you don't, you just feel like everything you do is... It has to be a risk because you have to close the distance, and she's one of the hardest characters in the game to approach. But Liu Kang's never really suffered with that. He's got that good movement. Fly kick is one of the best like charge specials in the game because it has that big KB on it. That I feel like you see the dragon kick KB more against Cetron at range than like anyone else because of the sheer amount of moves that she can throw out at the range that it will connect at the tip and get that counter hit on. But for now, we might be going into what could be the last game of this set, unless El Cacoy can get this one secured. This does now mean that El Cacoy is obviously locked into Cetrion, so even though he did change with zero hesitation to Cetrion at the start of the set after that first loss, he is now going to be locked into her for the rest of this one at least.
So Liu Kang working out for Breaking, and it's really nice actually looking at Breaking go back to this character, because I do strongly believe that his Liu Kang is his best character. Now, whether it serves its purpose in every matchup, that's an
He looks
entirely
the most
different
comfortable.
conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
At the very least, he looks like he prefers it.
Ooh, a hard read again coming up from El Cacoy, but this time the buffed low fireball damage. Oh my god, he's getting melted. He is getting absolutely melted by those hot feet.
Oh.
And now the escape failed. This is a disaster.
Thrown out of the corner just to build up the escape failed. And
this is a disaster.
Yeah, things like what Breaking is doing right now, like on paper, not all of it should be working, right? Like pokes on block into standing buttons. That isn't something that should be working. Oh, but when you're confident, I mean, what? That's right there. Breaking clearly just has that next level of confidence right now. Drops the combo though, but still looking at almost a half life lead here. Not bad at all. And the escape failed throw still ready. Oh my goodness!
Everything is working out. Breaking is just pushing the buttons. And El Cacoy, every time he's just trying to get a single projectile out there. Right, makes a wonderful read on the wake-up roll. Here we go. An opportunity to stabilize, because he's been full screen. He's trying to throw projectiles, do earthquake, bam, hit with a flying kick. Like, Breaking is going all momentum.
Wow. Oh my goodness!
Oh, and he's got the escape failed. 3-1.
That definitely looked like the most obvious, yet kind of not at the same time throw attempt, where he just did like a forward dash into like a 2-second walk forward, pause, and then a throw. Oh my goodness. And that's the first set of the day done and dusted. Breaking is going to be advancing through to winners round 2 in this monthly final. Liu Kang, I mean, I am happy that we're seeing Breaking go more to Liu Kang nowadays. Because it's like we said before the set even begun, like, he has always been a Liu Kang and sub player, but we saw the sub more than anything else. But whenever you see the sub, like, he definitely has a good Sub-Zero, because I remember when we first saw it, he would like pick Sub-Zero when his back was against the wall and things weren't looking good. And for the first couple of weeks, he would basically just pick sub and then lose right away.
We kept questioning it. We really did.
Yeah. Because it just looked like he would go to sub, and yeah, exactly. He would go to sub and then just lose, usually worse than what got him there in the first place. And then there was just 1 week where he started with sub, and then he was just playing super good. So it was something about like just having the extra games to work with to kind of like get into his groove that ended up being the change. And then he got to a point that he started looking that good with both characters, and like we say all the time, it don't even breathe like that. Big down 2 right there. Dropped the combo, unfortunately, but still did almost 300 damage anyway. And now to the point that he is able to do so well against some serious competition in Open Series. It really is an impressive tale for Breaking. But you want to talk about staples of Open Series. What we're about to see is going to be something that we have seen over and over and over and over times, however many times it has been. Mighty Unjust, current reigning champ, the #1 Open Series player, versus Biohazard. Those of you that have watched Open Series for the last, got to be at least 6 months now since Bio started playing.
For a while.
There is nothing left that we can say about this matchup. We are empty. There are no words left to describe this match, because it is so common.
If I will, though, if I might give it a good go, it is going to be just a battle of character matchups. Personal character
I would
matchups,
say, I would argue variation matchups.
Yeah, no, for sure, because, right, we have seen so much development, honestly. Biohazard, Kano, he has used to beat the Cetrion. His Baraka has been used to beat what was Dead of Winter Sub-Zero. And then last week, or I say last week, a few days ago, in fact, I'm pretty sure if memory serves, it was Nightwolf that beat the kind of conventional Sub-Zero, the one with the deep freeze. But then Unjust changed to a different variation of Sub-Zero that had the Air Axe, which specifically served its purpose to stop the Moonfall Nightwolf from having as much presence from full screen. And that's just where we left off, basically. He can go back to Cetrion if he wants to beat the Nightwolf, if he needs to, but then Bio probably goes Kano. Like, we'll just have to wait and see the first. The first matchup is going to give us all the information we need.
I have some really uninteresting trivia, and I think maybe low-key an answers to why perhaps we might have Mighty Unjust be playing so much Noob Saibot. I just saw that graphic. I just saw Mighty Unjust's name for the first time. His surname is Taibot. Taibot. That's like... I mean... That's a letter away from Saibot, the main man.
I'm more inclined to call it a coincidence, because Noob Saibot fits his style.
Stream! That's no coincidence. You're with me, right?
No, I think that's a bit of a tinfoil hat theory, my friend.
No,
that's a bit of a
if I had a tinfoil hat around me to wear, I would. But, you know...
Yeah, well,
don't have one in my room. Of course not. Why would I do that? Why would I have that?
So,
silly.
If we're talking to or about the matchup we're going to see right now...
Well, but that's the question. What is the matchup going to be?
That's where I'm going with this. That's where I'm going with this. What's your prediction? Character versus what character? I think Nightwolf versus Sub.
I actually think Kano. I think Bio has been... So Bio's been playing a relatively new variation over the last couple of times I've seen him play anyway in Open Series, where...
Snakebite did get fixed as well.
Well, it's the Bio shell of extended strings and command grab, so manhandled and lumbar check together. But he's been trying out the third move as Veggie Mighty, which against Mighty Unjust seems to be quite a tremendous pick, because the Veggie Mighty, it's the buff that makes his Kano Ball do more damage, gives him access to the up ball, and gives him a hit of armor against projectiles. Not only is that good for the Ice Ball, but the startup animation of Veggie Mighty can be cancelled into Kano Ball, which not only gives you more standing damage if you hit buttons that aren't standing 2 and you still want to punish. Like, you could do forward 1-2 Veggie Mighty Ant Ball for like over 200 damage. It's pretty crazy damage for what you get. But the big thing is a huge part of the matchup. Whenever they play Kano versus anything that Unjust plays, usually the Sub-Zero, Mighty Unjust, I think, has the best defense against the Kano tick throw game that I have ever seen from a competitive player.
He never misses it.
He does not miss the option select. He does not miss the call-outs, the hard decisions, the defensive choices on what he thinks Bio is going to do. Veggie Mighty is another layer that you don't typically account for in that mix-up. So if you're trying to option select all these tick throw options to, duck the grab and flawless block the strings at the same time, you have Veggie Mighty, and that timing doesn't work anymore.
All right, you're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. This is exactly what we're saying.
I stand corrected.
And the way that Bio has been playing this matchup, I think that he believes that this could be the potential one as well. Because this is a damn good variation in a competent Kano's hands, especially Bio's. And I can see it. I really can see it. Out in the
dude, look no further than the best Kano. That's Biohazard right there. And Deep Freeze and Creeping Ice, very much like the conventional Sub-Zero variation so far. You kind of get both safety
as someone that used to compete... As someone that used to compete with Kano in this game early on, once upon a time, I don't know how Bio does it. Like, Bio's ability to just constantly just evolve this character has been nothing short of just inspirational.
I mean, Biohazard's an inspiration to character specialists everywhere, or those that shy away from the tiers and just go with characters that work for them. But obviously, that doesn't mean
I would argue he is the best example of that. Of someone that just looks at characters and goes, I want to use this character because I think they'll work out, so I will regardless of what the community thinks.
Big punish on the overhead. Restand situation and the command grab into round win. That is the Biohazard that we know. Puts his life on the line every time, but when the blender is on, good lord.
Well, it's the way Bio has that kind of standing three-way mix-up. You have the raw overhead, the with the first hit of 2 to get the 2-4 for the low, raw command grab. Like, there's no way you can be ready for everything. Not all the time.
Staggering again. That forward one. The neutral jump
Nice
working out
corner
a lot for
escape.
Bio so far, but we'll see how long that lasts. Escape failed. Definitely thinking that Unjust is going to try and throw him towards the corner. A flawless block, but no, up 2. And the whiff punish. Back 1 4. Sticking out that string. Bit eager to connect it, perhaps. Oh,
He
caught on the
definitely tried
activation.
to. Yeah, he definitely tried to ball that.
Unjust going for the optimal. Whoa!
Oh my goodness, that was weird.
That kind of looked like it caught Biohazard off guard, to be honest. As it did everyone else, I'm sure.
They're kind of close. Cadence forward one's going to win here, Shelly. Oh, back 2. Yeah, that would have been faster. Oh my goodness, Bio definitely thought that whiff punished.
And I think Mighty Unjust did as well, because he got hit by the rest of the ball. Back down 1. There's the interruption. More of that tech that we've been seeing Unjust do for the past couple of weeks. Now you block the regular ice ball, and then you do 1-2. And then it's an immediate punish. Speaking of, he does break. Oh, but the neutral jump. Taste of your own medicine, Bio.
You did say, right, you put your life on the line to do high command grabs in this game. One good read, and you can definitely lose twice. Ooh, raw ball.
That was no reaction. That was simply a really good prediction. But Bio, he has no meter to really punish that. And again, without meter, his damage is so much worse. The down 1, the back 3, but he's airborne, so he's not going to get much. Vegemite activated.
Ooh. Bio looking for a whiff punish, but
it's the deep freeze.
knife. Oh, one. I think that may have been the first like neutral knife that Bio threw the entire match. Like the one and only, and the deep freeze. But a close game though, and this is the thing, Biohazard, Mighty Unjust, there's no avoiding it, has definitely had Bio's number in open series. But the amount of times it goes down to game 5, last round, different characters, like Bio always looking, because it's usually the sub, right? The Sub-Zero is definitely the most common go-to for Mighty Unjust here, because it clearly has worked and he has no reason to change. But Bio has progressively looked more and more comfortable. It's just, you know, when it really comes down to the final moments, just being able to get that clutchness, that final, because Bio is a player very known for his clutch, like his ability to make crazy decisions and huge comebacks because of it. But against Unjust cannot seem to quite pull it out. He gets close, but you know, close doesn't cut it. Got to get that dub, move through. Winners round 2. Have to remember that breaking awaits the winner of this match. Breaking has played both of these players before, so this is a matchup that will be all too familiar for both of them.
But I'm kind of just looking at how the final moments of that game went, and it's like, it's so easy to just look at hindsight, but one of the dangers of that deep freeze
we can
is
see
how
him
much
throw
it
a
can shut
knife.
down.
Yeah, we can see a knife lose to deep freeze and go, shouldn't have thrown that knife. But like, if he didn't deep freeze and got, you know, clipped by it, it would have changed things. Hindsight is super easy.
All right before the environment actually had a chance to do anything, he gets clipped, so Bio loses the meter. Another good neutral jump though, and there's that breaker coming out for another time. Bio much happier to take the combo just in case he doesn't break, and that perfectly timed meteor gets hit by the jump in. That's not something I've seen happen before. That's normally a specifically timed meaty jump that Bio does. Oh
And
my
again.
god, the perfect time to do it.
It's weird because like Bio is only really, oh there it is, there's that delay. That's not a tick throw. He's deliberately trying to catch off the timing from Unjust. Not enough to kill. Yeah, there it is. The second that down 1 connected, that was game over. Down 1 ball would have been there for sure, if anything else. But Bio, he typically seems to be comfortable enough to throw knives when he's got the buff on, but I don't think it's
Counter hit.
deterring Unjust.
Another low and a full combo. But nah, it's all about building up that slide crushing blow. But Bio with the breaker doesn't mean he can't flawless block up 2 on wake up, but a nice conversion there from Unjust. Doesn't let the whole thing rock. Happy to stagger. Ooh, looks like he stood up but got hit anyway. Tries to tick this time. Release a block. Bit too. Ooh, the pushback. He's not going to get majorly punished though.
Like, Kano Ball is no joke when you have the buff on. Ah, but there it is again, that option select. Mighty Unjust just does not miss that.
Oh, another
And
one.
again, you notice Bio, he gets the buff on, and then we see a knife toss. I feel like Bio assumes that Unjust will be really...
Hang
on. One more hit. Oh, no, that could have been it. That could have been the whiff punish she's been looking for.
Mix up
One
or
more.
wake up. Wake up jump. Bio.
Oh,
Oh, no! I think that was meant to be an instant air Kano ball, perhaps. I don't know. The instant jump kick? Oh, no.
With punish overhead.
Bit of a drop there in the corner.
Perhaps.
I'm not sure. Bit of a jolt right there. Another overhead.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. He's getting mixed. The mix begins again, the Sub-Zero effect. And now Bio, a lot of work to do. Can't chase it down. Oh, Sub-Zero overcommits to the string just to get out of there. Plus frames tries to challenge them. Unjust already prepared for that. Uh-oh, big punish. And probably has his slide KB at this point, but he doesn't need it. There's the 1-2-4.
I think that might be it. No, slide doesn't connect, but this is going to be tough. Not impossible.
Plus on block.
The standing for no, never mind. There's another game going down the way to Unjust now. That game not quite as competitive. I feel like Bio definitely has these moments where he can make something work, but it just when it boils down to just defense, Mighty Unjust seems to be, dare I say, irritatingly hard to open up with Kano. You know, his defense is just so comfortable, and that's a big thing, right? Kano is a character that throws a lot of stuff at you really fast, and if you're not too familiar with the matchup, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. You know, maybe a whiffed grab will go unpunished. Maybe you'll block the low and you won't flawless block the string. And as the Kano player, when your opponent is like that, and you can tell that you're taking risks, and you know that they are defending properly, but they're not punishing you for it, you feel like, right, they're defending, but how much of this are they doing confidently, right? Are they sure they're blocking right? Like, and if so, can I get away with this? Can I get away with that? Unjust is so ready all the time. If he blocks the low, he's pretty much, you know, if you finish the string, he's going to flawless block it. If you go for the tick grab there, he's going to duck it. If you go for the overhead, it might clip him every now and then. But the real damaging openers are what he is the best at defending against. So Bio is really having to just chip him away like a chisel on a block of concrete, as opposed to the usual massive chunking down you can do.
In the background, best seat in the house, watching the Sub-Zero antics here from Mighty Unjust. Who, he's just so familiar. And we've talked about this before, but it is this idea that Bio, we often say that to have, if you've never fought Bio before and you play him in tournament, there's a good chance you're going to have a rough time because he has one of the most unique styles of anyone. But Unjust, he's played him so many times, man. He's played him so many times.
Case in point, do you think against anyone else, Bio would just do 2-4 Kano ball on block? Like, he knows Unjust is looking to option select it. And that right there, Vegemite, that is exactly what you're talking about. Hey!
Oh, I see. Oh, Kano, stop spitting everywhere. He spat as he walked back. He spat on the floor. Disgusting.
What a grotesque.
In the temple of bones and corpses. Anyway, overhead.
He's really trying to deter Unjust. Because that's like the real low reward, high risk version of the 2-4 mix-up.
Oh, lovely up two.
Yeah, so good. He knows Unjust wants to option select it, so he's trying to just deter him, make him not do it. But will Unjust take the bait? Oh, good overhead. Breakaway, does it happen? No, he's accepting it. Oh, he waits late. Okay, I get it.
Wait,
oh, hello, he might be dead.
Back one.
Back one? Yep. Bio has to take it a game. We're going to game 4.
Now, the breakaway from Mighty Unjust, that was not a mistake. That was pretty much all he could do. Because if he sat there and took it, the back one fatal blow would have killed anyway. And if he broke, the thing about the back one is it's not just do back one and armor break.
There was nothing he could do there.
Yeah, well, my point is, like, the back one, it's not do back one and armor break. If they break, you still kind of, like, half need to be ready for the timing of it. So all Unjust could have done is break and hope that Bio misses the input, which has happened before.
Well, it's strange, because on paper, when Kano launches you, back one fatal blow should be guaranteed. There's like nothing you can do about it, because it's one of those... It's why I typically refer to it as one of the best normal attack armor breaks, because a lot of armor breaks are like special moves and stuff, and a lot of like the normal button armor breaks aren't so good, right? Like the Noob Cybot back 2 or Scorpion back 3. Kano's back one is such a good armor break, because what it does is the restand. Whether you break or not, it does that. And it doesn't affect the advantage. All it does is affect the scaling. That's it. So that's why if you've got like Snake Bite, you do back one Snake Bite for massive damage off like anything, because they can't do it. And then Snake Bite launch guarantees back one again. But even with just launching strings, back one fatal blow is going to hit 99% of the time. like, you can't avoid it. You get hit by the standing 2, you're taking the fatal blow. Not avoiding it, 400 damage minimum. It's so scary.
So again, Mighty Unjust has gone for a variation change. This one keeping the creeping ice, but once more he has the air polar axe. So it's a similar idea, but the deep freeze just not really going to exist now. So I'm
Look at
curious.
the danger.
I mean, I'm curious because the deep freeze was one of Bio's biggest problems in this matchup, and now it's gone. And this has
Yo,
been...
that trade. Wait, that back 1 traded and the down 1 comboed.
Oh,
That's
I've never
huge.
seen that before.
I played Kano for a long time, and even I didn't know that happened.
Either way, Bio gets a great
That is
round,
crazy.
but sometimes Bio rounds, they will go that way. Every single mix will just work. In this case,
Oh, but
he just
look at
wants you
that.
to wait. You would never see Bio do this to random people. He's doing it because of the flawless block.
We've been talking all day about how Mighty Unjust has been so good at defending against Kano, and a big part is the confidence these option selects. And 2-4, the options off that. Bio,
my
he
God.
is just destroying.
He gets to jump in. And
Oh my
the
God, it's
overhead.
game 5 already. It's
He
already
missed.
game 5.
Yo, Kano missed him. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's stupid.
He tripped up on him.
Bad eye. But
Man,
my goodness,
what a
we are
game.
going into game 5 instantly. That is the blender effect. And you know what's happening though? Bio is taking tremendous risks. When he's doing Kano ball on block, that is a straight up 50-50 of if you duck or let go of block to try and avoid the tick grab of the command grab, this Kano ball will hit you. But if you block expecting the Kano ball, I can command grab you. It is the most primitive, like, caveman mix-up of just special move or special move. One catches you for blocking, one catches you for the other.
Right, Mighty Unjust, he's gone Cetrion, but Bio's Kano has been able to beat Cetrion before in the hands of Unjust.
Especially in this variation.
So
this
we're
is
going
the
into
Veggie
game
version.
5, but is today the day Bio's able to get one over again? We'll find out.
Maybe.
We'll find out. Mighty Unjust pulling out all the stops. Account level 98, by the way. Bloody hell. What an account level that is.
I don't think I've competitively seen 100 yet. I've seen, like, you know, players that do, like, towers and stuff with loads
he's
of
in
modifiers,
already.
but I haven't seen a tournament.
Jake.
I'm primarily a tournament player.
Jake, he's
So
in
level
already.
100. I know.
Oh, there's the whip punish, though. 20%.
Now, you want to talk about damage differences, though. Look no further. And
Oh
again,
my god, that Kano ball is completely blowing him up.
but normally that mix-up is just not a huge payout at all because it's just, you know, normal Kano ball. But if you've got Vegemite on, the Kano ball hurts.
Oh my god. Match point for Biohazard. What a comeback he's currently working on. This would be quite the result for the Canadian, I tell you what.
I mean, this would be a satisfying result for him, I promise you. Oh, he tried to combo. That would have been sick.
That is really
From that
hard
range.
to get the air juggle.
It's so specific. There's so many factors.
Again! So many flawless blocks are being used at Bio.
Everything is working, and
now
there it
he's
is.
ticking.
Block for the Kano ball, get command grab. That is exactly it.
Plus frames, down one, and a poke and a tick. Wait a minute,
One more.
Unjust is all
Wait, no,
falling apart.
two more hits. Okay, now he's got a bar. He can kill now. He just does launch into back one Kano ball. It's over.
He's trying to bait the Veggie Mighty, the Kano ball.
I mean, he can't even trade. Ooh, hello. Big punish.
Hang on a minute. Fatal
Now,
blow
does
or
Bio
not?
break? Yeah, he does.
Yes. Plus frames, no. Staggers. It could all
Can he just
still...
trade knife, I wonder? The tick grab, that's it, it's over. Ooh, brutality from Biohazard. My goodness, what a turnaround. A swift 2-0. Backed against the wall, super close to getting sent to losers at the hand of the Mighty Unjust again. But not down for the count. As
Today is
Biohazard,
Kano Day.
yeah, the real adjustment was I think he was just like, this is not going well. I am just gonna mix to death. And the big adjustment, the main thing we saw making a difference was his ability to just go for just Kano ball on block. Everywhere there's a command grab mix up, just Kano ball. Because it's Mighty Unjust. Mighty Unjust has spent months, and I mean months, taking out Biohazard in open series by perfectly defending with option selects against the safer kind of Kano mix-up. So Biohazard's like, right, you wanna, for lack of a better term, you wanna play super clean to deal with these mix-ups? We're gonna get dirtier. And that is exactly what Bio did.
It's the Kano way.
That was a dirty comeback, if ever I've seen it from Kano. Bio really making the right decisions.
I mean, pretty much going absolutely all out and it being the mix upon mix, where you try and deal with the mix and he throws even bigger mix at you, which is more unsafe, but clearly, and I think there's a big thing that we haven't really touched on. A lot of these buttons and these strings where Unjust is ready for the tick or the follow-up, he's activating Vegemite in those situations to completely throw off whatever you want to do on defense.
It just means he's always got it, right? He always has an armored charge, basically. Like Kano Ball.
Which means first round losers, the brothers have to go head to head. Mighty Unjust and El Cacoy. And our next match, we can talk about Bio and we can talk about Mighty Unjust and that all day, every day. But now we have our next matchup between Lycanthos and Tweedy. Now, Tweedy was one Shiva Stomp away from being eliminated from this tournament, but he was able to qualify for the top 8 by basically, go see the video if you want, but I'll bring you up to speed. He stood perfectly still. He was one stomp away.
That is true.
2 bars. There's about 40 or so health left on the opponent. I've forgotten the opponent's name. I apologize. I forgot who it was.
I think his plus is not real as the opponent.
Landed right in front of Tweedy. Tweedy didn't move. Whiff punish. 40% combo. Dead. Done. Qualify for top 8. Thank you very much. And Tweedy has been seeing a lot of success since going back to Gyrus in tournaments, but also in open series. Consistently just placing better and better, where now the highest he's placed is 2nd, losing 2 grand finals to Mighty Unjust, but getting so close every time. Maybe today is going to be different, because we've already seen Bio taking out Mighty Unjust in winners. Bio has convincingly defeated Tweedy before when they've played here. But Lycanthos, a player that I've honestly, I do not mean to sound disrespectful, I'm not too familiar with this player, so I'm very excited to just watch and learn, you know?
And also, right there, what I'm loving to see, age 40 plus. Like, this is definitely not... There is definitely a misconception that you have to be, like, super young, like late teenage, early 20s to compete in fighting games. You know, there are so many examples of competitive fighting game players that really...
My mate Ryan Hart would have something to say about that.
Ryan Hart, one of the most legendary, and I'm going to say esports players, one of the most legendary competitive gamers of all time. You know, there are so many examples of players that are just so good, regardless. You know, as long as you're still got the right kind of work ethic and put that time in, it can still work out. Now, the big thing about Lycan, though, Katana, a character that we never really get to see too much competitively, to be honest.
And let's look at that variation.
Yeah, I definitely think one of the characters that has a lot of custom opportunities. I really do think Katana has a fair few good things to choose from in the age of customs. We've got the fan Nado.
The variation.
Yeah, I'm 41 years old. Let's go.
Let's go. But now...
Low fan Nado. What was the third? Was it Fan Flutter? So the
yes, the air flutter. But there's Tweedy coming in with the punish immediately. Does he spend both bars? Always. Tweedy, if he's got 2 bars of meter to spend, you bet he'll spend it. And here comes the damage. Bang. 420.
I don't think I've seen another Gyrus player as willing to spend both bars on a combo as he is. But he just has the damage for it, right? Oh, first round going. Tweedy. Powerbomb, corner pressure already. Now can Lycan get out of here?
Round 2.
It's always risky playing this kind of ranged projectile game against someone with the tools of this variation of Gyrus. You know, being able to kind of trade favorably, get that sand trap, and not get hit by the projectile. You know, it's a really strong tool for him. And now there's the full string, letting it go. Good block on the low, and there we go again. There's just to confirm into the better spike. Does he spend it? No, 1 bar this time. Now what's the mix-up?
Damage. Good wake up.
Perhaps maybe a down 1 pickup.
Real good jump distance neutral that Katana is so good at. Kind of unorthodox projectiles, but they really do serve a purpose. Oh, but a big jump in confirmed.
Uh-oh.
2nd bar spent.
Unfortunately for Lycanthos, there's really not much point breaking, and is there even a chance? 43%. I mean, that's a hard call to make. And Lycanthos didn't want to particularly break instantly just in case Tweedy did the sand trap armor break, but I mean, that's the mix-up when it's almost 1 hit away from death. But
okay.
Hang on.
Okay, so trying to go for the armor break.
Oh,
no, that could have been it.
Oh,
that was it. If that jump kick was turned into fatal blow, this would be a round 3 right now. Lycan just slightly off the mark there. think maybe expecting that jump kick to be blocked, perhaps, because just was
Surely.
not ready to turn it into damage.
I mean, to not be ready to turn a neutral jump kick into a combo when it lands in that situation, that had to have been one of those situations where you're just doing a neutral jump kick and in your head you're like, there's no way he's getting hit. This is going to be blocked, and here's going to be, you know, what I do on block next. We've all been there. You're just so convinced something's going to happen that when it goes the other way, you're like, oh, wait, I genuinely did not plan for this. And then, you know, before you've even thought about it, the option's gone. Pretty much what happened there, I think.
A big thing that's going to be apparent for Lycan here, though, is he's equipped Fan Nado. So the alternative Fan Lift, you know, which only really combos from a few strings. The most notable one is Fan Nado doesn't combo from your high. It doesn't combo from standing one. So Lycan is going to be looking for a lot more focus on back one, which, to be honest, back one is like Katana's best mid anyway. You know, back 1-4 is safe, has a counter hit KB. It's very confirmable. It does combo into the lift, so you will still get damage from it. But just taking the effectively like damage from the light off the table, it definitely is a thing for Katana because she isn't the most damaging character. She's pretty average when it comes to damage in the game, especially with Fan Nado, right? But thanks to the armor break, there's potential for a bit more. But not a terrible game. Good flawless block. I say Lycan definitely looks solid in that first game. It's just this is Tweedy we're talking about. Definitely one of the most dangerous players in North America.
Just that relentless dedication, letting the whole thing rock again. So the forward 2-1-2 gets him out of safety. It's been that way since day one. A really good escape tool if they manage to make it with. Oh, he's looking for the confirm, actually. But this time, the whole low. Tweedy, the raw jump in. Definitely expecting a jump in right there. The jump in one. Not really a jump in that you see Geras players use. And now he wants to call out the flawless block. Just let the gauntlet go on its own. Ooh. Tweedy's getting hit a lot, but it's nothing that adds up. You know, it's a little hit there, a little hit there. Here was meant to be there somewhere, but here we are. There's the next chop. Mix-up time. What's it going to be? Oh, a 3
now,
again.
Lycan's wake-up game has been really tricky so far. Tweedy's definitely getting caught out. Now, again, Lycan, that's one element that's really catching him out is non-stop. Almost non-stop, like, poke into low fan. Like, not really playing a traditional poke game, because normally you kind of like, you do the poke and you hit confirm it. On hit, you jail something, and on block, your turn's over. But it looks like Lycan really content on trying to enforce a special counter poke game. Breakaway, good choice to avoid damage, no punish.
Not a lot of dedication to these flutters either, I have to say. You know, a lot of interesting flutters, but there's just not much coming off it.
Well, it's like you said, we are seeing Lycan get a, you know, he's tagging Tweedy here and there with the odd button that could on paper be more. But that right there, you see the low damage of the high. But Lycan just not committing to anything. Not really seeing that damage add up.
There's that down one again. Lovely throw escape. Yeah, very much so. Especially against Tweedy, but here comes the up 3. Uh-oh, and the corner. Really getting across with the combo drop. No!
That's got to be it, right? Another down 2? Yeah. Oh, breakaway definitely made sure of it if it wouldn't before. Now, Lycanthos really has had some moments of greatness here. Just hasn't been able to turn them into anything substantial. And when you're against someone like Geras, you know, Tweedy, especially behind the wheel of Geras, you know that if Tweedy does something against you, right, like a good anti-air or a counter poke or whatever, and he gets a hit, he's turning it into like at least 340 damage. Like you're going to get tagged by something, it's going to chunk. Lycanthos is finding the same kind of hits, but just isn't committed enough to get the damage off of them. So when he does get the opening, it's just not, it's not making a difference.
Yes.
The work is just not being done.
Now, Lycanthos, anyway. Do we see another variation, perhaps? Another character? Or is this the kind of classic where it's just time being taken to give it a bit of a think, which is underrated?
On this player survey we have, there is a Mileena and Sonya as potential other characters, but you know,
we haven't seen Mileena in the Open Series in a long time.
It has been a long time.
Same variation, so this was just a timeout to give it a think.
I want to say, was it Larry? Do we see Hella Larry play Mileena the most recent?
Yes, I think so.
It's been at least like 6 cups though. It's been a time. Now, is this the same variation of Katana?
I think so. Yeah, same name.
Yeah, looks like it.
We're just going straight in for a traditional rematch. Off-stream results, Mighty Unjust was able to defeat El Cacoy 3-0 in losers, so through the next round of losers, might be seeing Unjust again. The likely scenario, I think, but we'll see. Oh, there's the forward 3. The knee upon knee into more knee, into time stop, into uppercuts, and another knee. 3 knee.
This could be the last match of the set. But will it be? Tweedy looking solid right now. We do talk about Tweedy. Definitely one of the newer comers to Open Series, but definitely making a huge splash.
Oh, he wants the counter hit. Tweedy loves looking for that counter hit. Give me that leg. Snap. But again, another flutter with no dedication, and Tweedy. Lycanthos can, in theory, break here, but yeah, holding on to the bar, quite rightly so, I think, in this situation. He wants to step on the leg so bad. Tweedy fishing for it. The safety, the throw tech, and the fast down 1. Lightning fast. Throw counter
You'll
hit.
notice Tweedy is definitely going to be prone to going for his down 1 in those instances where you're point blank, but, you know, somewhat neutral. Because that 6-frame Gearus down 1, so problematic.
Oh! Lycanthos just not having an opportunity to really fight back here. It's been Tweedy at point blank every single step of the way. Here comes the slam dunk, speaking of, and the meaty down 1. Nice down 2. Not quite able to pick up, and another full combo. And you know, this is Tweedy. This is Tweedy we're talking about, mustard. 2 bars getting spent.
Yeah, that's going to break 400. Not quite. Near enough, though. That's a lot. And again, Lycanthos doing a lot of jump normals into flutter, like, preemptively. Oh, counter
no,
hit, that
over.
might be death. Oh, it is indeed. Tweedy with a counter hit punish. And that's going to be a 3-0. Tweedy moving on in his winner's side. Definitely looking like our scheduled programming, I think, so far in this monthly finals. Actually, this is the first monthly finals that Tweedy's done, right? Since
Yes, actually. Yeah, we saw Tweedy in... We pretty much saw Tweedy at the start of this year, if I remember correctly. We've done... It's so crazy. We do so many of these tournaments that, like, those kind of previous results, they tend to sometimes merge into one. But I'm pretty sure week 1 of January was Tweedy's first week. And in the first 2 weeks, I think he actually lost first round. First week was to Bio. Second week was to El Cacoy. And from that point on, he's definitely become, again, in Open Series, the Tweedy that we expected. You know, he was a bit of a slow burner in the winner's bracket, but... made it through in the end, and now here he is, monthly finals looking incredibly good. And, you know, he just had 2 grand finals against Mighty Unjust. Now there's no Mighty Unjust in winner's bracket, thanks to good old Biohazard. So we'll see what happens next. Our next matchup, by the way, is going to be, again, Titanium Tigers versus King Gambler. So Tigers, the reason I'm so interested in Tigers is that I know he's a huge Kotal Khan player, and he loves playing Bullock Kotal, you know, before Ultimate happened.
I definitely feel
I'd
like...
love to see that.
Yeah, I think the most recent patch that came out actually it was on Tuesday, so it's only a few days ago. It wasn't huge by any means. You know, there were some balance changes, but it wasn't anything like too noticeable. The big change, however, was, I would say, to Kotal Khan. Kotal Khan losing 50 health, so he's no longer the healthiest character in the game. But now, no longer having restrictions on totems that can be equipped together. And I think out of every player that we have, I do feel like Tigers might be the best example for showcasing some of that potentially, because the main thing is Tigers. I mean, we've had Tigers on final round already before, so we've definitely had, like, you know, we've sat down and, you know, really spoken to Tigers about his journey with the game and stuff. And he did say that his favorite character in the game to play is Bullock Kotal Khan, which is the 2 totems together, right? The damage totem, the damage reduction totem, and the disc. Now, Titanium Tigers has said that's his favorite, but we haven't really seen it in the Open Series. So the question is, will we see him going back to 2 totems now that he can equip more together? Because I can't help but think about, like, on paper, with what is possible. I would love to see someone play, like, the Blood God style totem of the Blood God Kotal, I should say, of the totems, where you've got Blood Totem and damage reduction totems, and, like, safe disc or something like that. I would love to see that. I really want to see some combinations of those totems coming through, and I just don't know if there are any players that are going to do it, but I hope Tigers is.
And King Gambler, really known as the premier Nightwolf in the community right now, plays a bunch of different variations with Nightwolf, depends on the matchup. Sometimes he likes to go command, grab, launch. Sometimes I think we've been seeing him use a lot of Hannah's Wrath recently, just to shut down opponents' ability to, spend their meter or amplify or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I mean, we're expecting Nightwolf from King Gambler. The question is what variation. Tigers is where I'm not sure, because we know he's been a real pusher of, Shiva Stomp. He's the guided stomp is something that I saw for the first time from him used in such a capacity. Shiva was adjusted in what kind of felt more like a hot fix than a patch for me, because there wasn't a lot of changes in there. But Shiva had extra recovery added to her Dragon Stance, so a lot of strings that used to combo into Dragon Stance and then you throw the fireballs no longer works. It still happens on block, but there's more of a gap. And then the Stomp has had 2 extra frames while she's in the air, right? But a lot of players, to be honest, Mustard, just before we move on, a lot of players have said they haven't really noticed much of a difference about the Stomp, so we could still probably see Stomp Shiva coming out from Tigers.
Here's my
today.
prediction. I don't think Stomp is that different in the grand scheme of things, at least on face value alone. But what is definitely different is the stance. Dragon Stance having 2 extra frames of startup means that Dragon Stance at close range definitely, we're not even seeing it anymore from Titanium Tigers look. So Dragon Stance isn't even there.
The low,
Dragon
man.
Stance on
All
block
about
is
the low
just
now.
not. Yeah, Dragon Stance on block is not a thing anymore. So Titanium Tigers are going for the the unblockable stomp, the enhanced drop for the extra directional ability, and the low. So the true mix-up game that Shiva has definitely been able to enforce is going to be apparent here.
I mean, Foxy Grandpa often says, as long as Shiva has the low, she's a good character. We've spoke to him about it very much. And now, here comes the Stomp. Is King Gambler
Right, get used to
ready?
seeing this.
Because this will be the matchup. The Stomp
First
is a
one was
huge part
right
of it.
guided, second one was left guided. This is the mix-up of the Stomp. Ooh,
Now,
hello.
one thing that has to be said about the Shiva Stomp, like just mechanically, the actual risk-reward of the Stomp is not in her favor. However, if she hits enough of them, they have a crushing blow as well. And it looks like right now the delay is working out wonderfully, because King Gambler is yet to get a correct read on where the Stomp is going to be. Because remember, she can't just guide it in this. She can delay it too.
Nightwolf's mobility isn't even bad. Like, on paper, he should be a character that should have a few more options than most. But at the end of the day, it is a guess. Do you, like... Because, I tell you what, while we're early in this set, which will definitely be Stomp-filled, have no doubt, let's take a moment to just explain this move. So the Stomp goes up, comes down, right?
I mean, we're
It's
seeing plenty of
unblockable,
it.
Yep. It's unblockable on the way down. You hit 3 in a row, and the amplified version will crushing blow.
He's trying
Now,
everything.
Yeah, exactly. But he's trying everything, but Titanium Tigers is right there. That is the first time he has not read the right direction. The Shiva, you can by default delay the way down or not delay the way down. But Tigers takes the enhanced drag and drop, so the enhanced version of the Stomp. The enhanced version lets you guide left or right. So whatever direction you think they're going to move to avoid it, you can make the read that they're going to do it. You read their read and you land on them. And this happens.
And now Tigers is basically not guiding it at all. The one time it worked out for King Gambler, and he walks right into the overhead. That will be... Oh, I forgot that even has a brutality.
Well. Oh, dear.
Now, if I was Nightwolf, here's what I think I'd do, right? I've never tested it. I have not tested it.
So then what you're about to say is going to be very useful then. Make no mistake.
Hear me out. You know when Nightwolf amplifies his wolf buff and he gets armored? When she stomps, what if Nightwolf goes like, whoosh, amplify, and absorbs?
I mean, Bear Stance is armored as well, and it also massively reduces the damage he takes. So you can make the risk reward just not even close to being in her favor.
Test that in training mode. I hope King Gambler's not watching the stream. And then I doubt he even has a variation with those moves in it, because a lot of Nightwolf players don't use them.
No, but here is the thing though, right? This is a very peculiar playstyle to watch. You know, it's very ugly, it's very not traditional MK11, but you are looking at how many times that Tigers is having to stomp him. Like, it's very irritating, like, for sure. But the normal stomp does 100 damage, amplified 150. So amplified damage isn't too bad for the trade-off, especially this variation where, like, what else are you spending the bar on? Like right there, right? 100 damage when on whiff, you are going to take me, provided that Gambler was ready to whiff punish, you're doing like at least double that with whatever it is you're doing most of the time. But this isn't definitely, it's an onslaught. You have to constantly be ready for it.
But
like
here's
Gambler
the thing.
not whiff punishing it is actually really surprising. Like he's not even trying.
No, here's the problem. He's not whiff punishing the stomp. I mean, sometimes he's too far away, so we actually have to give it the credit that sometimes he's too far. But also, he's trying to play the projectile game against Shiva. You know Tigers is going to stomp. You cannot throw you have to play his game. But the thing is, he has to hit you with like 3 stomps at least to do the damage of your punish on one of them. So it's such a weird game to play. And you take that guaranteed damage because you got the debuff effect, and then she hits the ground pound, which you have to jump overhead out of nowhere.
But then, the second you get comfortable in dealing with the stomp, he's going to start playing the overhead low game, the unblockable version instead. Like, there are layers that can be opened up.
Wait. Here we go. We don't amp it because there's really no point amping it unless you have some setup. Now, Gambler. Oh, he went for the crushing blow. I mean, honestly, he put his life on the line. May as well go for the big payout.
I mean, if it connected, he could have fatal blowed and won, I guess. So, you know, you can see it.
Ooh, going for a whiff punish.
He was just preemptive.
There's a lot of down twos. I mean, Tigers is clearly expecting, you know, like 1-1-1 punishes and stuff. Lovely pickup from King Gambler.
That was cute.
Oh, that was no combo.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen that connect from so far.
Confirm.
Oh, hit confirm.
Keeping it nice and guaranteed. There's the 1-1-1. Rhino charge, thank you very much. And the wake up down 2. Tigers, he is playing very disrespectfully. He's done down 2 more than he's done block. But look at the difference in speed of rounds. King Gambler finally closing that space. Are we now going to see the game? Here we go. Whiff again. And he lets the down 2 whiff. He's starting to adapt, I'll tell you what. But this is still Tigers. As the thing is, as insane as this is, Tigers is still a very talented player. So don't think that you're going to be able to beat him just because you can punish stomp.
It's a necessary thing to do, but it's not going to be like, okay, I can do this now, I win. But it's definitely an important point. Now, what do we go from here? Oh.
1-1-2 plus. Yes, indeed. And another mash. But the jump 2 misses. That is really unfortunate. King Gambler not quite at the right range. Oh, he chases it down.
You saw Nightwolf turn around at the last minute. That's how we knew that would hit. Oh, what?
Oh no, he's getting hit anyway. Oh,
he landed on his extended leg. Oh, Gambler's in trouble. Oh, yeah. He tried to jump the unblockable and got killed. Oh, that's the next thing, right? You're like, right. Now I've got to deal with stomp while I'm taking damage over time. And if I jump, I take, is it 3% damage? Like 30 damage you take if you jump, I think? My goodness.
My rabbit literally like just tried to jump up at my leg right there. I unintentionally went hello right into the microphone.
Buddy saw the Shiva stomp, was like, ah, it looks fun. I want to try it.
I want to try that. But okay, so let's talk about that next game. Gambler looked, at least he was answering back of the game plan a little bit more. But
in game 1, he looked completely lost. Like there is no avoiding it. It looked like Gambler was playing against Shiva for the first time. Like, not trying to dodge the stomp properly. When he did dodge it, he was, like, surprised. Like, he looked like he wasn't even ready for it to miss, or he wasn't trying to, you know, go for a whiff punish in any way. Game 2, he just looked a lot more competitive. He looked a lot more ready for it. But Titanium Tigers, you know, it's like you said, just because you can avoid the stomp doesn't mean you can automatically win the match. He knows how to go to the next layer of his game plan, whether it's being a bit more disrespectful with, like, preemptive defensive buttons, counter pokes, anything that just gets you uncomfortable. Because that's the thing. As we are all painfully aware, it's a tilting thing to fight against. And if you're tilted, you are not playing 100%. So this kind of playstyle, it almost exists to annoy you, to make you play worse, to make you make mistakes. And if you're going to do that, it's going to be all the more difficult to deal with.
Now, one thing, for sure, one thing that you're not going to see King Gambler do in this variation, really, unless, you know, very specific circumstances, he is not going to amplify the command grab, because the extra plus frames, you barely get more damage, and the plus frames are kind of like only worthwhile if you have setup. And this variation doesn't really have that, so you may as well actually save the bar for big combos. However, the jump in, Gambler, can he pull off this comeback? Lets the whole thing rock, but he's in big trouble. Rhino charge. Lets it rock. He's minus, though. Needed a flawless block, and he does. Wait a minute. Hang on. He's got it. He's got it. No way. Gambler, you god.
Gambler did not just do that comeback. Not at that health.
For the Matoka.
He's dead. That's it.
Yes.
That's the life bar. My goodness, Gambler. Calm down, lad.
Round 2. Fight.
There's the stomp. Oh! The Rhino charge
That was
instantly
a punish.
answering
That
back.
actually hit the stomp on the way down, I think.
Yeah, full corner combos now. Gambler, he's starting to get in his element. And the wake up down twos, they are not working now with Gambler. Good situation, looks for it, answers back with a full combo again. Here we go. Oh, on the meaty 1-1. Tigers not blocking and getting completely blown up.
Oh my goodness.
That was a dominant game.
Speed run. Yeah, that was a speed run of a game right there, Gambler. I think he definitely just wanted to be a bit more aggressive. I think the main point was, actually you mentioned it before, of how it looks like a lot of the time, like you have to play Tiger's game. Like you have to be dealing with the stomps, you have to be dealing with what it is he's doing. But in that game, we actually saw the opposite. It looked like Gambler was like, right, I'm just going to get on him so I don't have to deal with this anymore. Like, I'm going to put him in a situation that he just cannot do this, like, stomp neutral. And that's what we saw. You know, Gambler just got on him and stuck to him like glue.
So there's definitely one thing about Tigers playing Shiva, which is unlike any other character he plays. He doesn't really defend like a competitive level player, and that sounds kind of disrespectful.
Defense.
He does down twos more than he blocks as Shiva on wake up. Part of that is because Nightwolf is going to try and press you with 1-1-1, which is a high, but him straight up not blocking got him murdered in that last game, which is very weird. It's kind of strange that he does the stomp game, but then on defense doesn't kind of keep his rock solid defense. He kind of just throws that out the window, which I'm not particularly, I just don't get it really.
I mean, he did go up 2-0 in like super dominant fashion, so I think it's fair to assume that he could be a bit more outside the box defense.
Maybe.
The real danger will be if he does the same thing here and loses this game just as fast.
Oh, nah, he's mixing now. He's not stomping, he's scooping. The next layer of Shiva. The 1-1-1 gonna work out, and he unfortunately doesn't get the right call. That is a true 50-50, folks. That back two is mid overhead, and you can do mid low if you have the low scoop. And he's gonna get stomped. No, never mind. Gets it away. There's the 1-1-1. Whole thing is unbreakable. And the grab. Wait a minute. Can King Gambler?
One touch and then fatal blow after. Yeah, that's the one touch.
Now it's the one touch for sure. And Titanium Tigers has no defensive bar. Overhead. Looking for it. Amplify for the pushback and safety. Oh, he gets...
That was a counter hit.
Yes,
Tigers what was Tigers pressing?
I don't know. I don't know how he got hit by that. But Gambler.
That's another comeback.
Two
That's
impossible
another
comebacks.
comeback secured.
Just add them to the list.
Round 2.
My goodness, King Gambler, one round off another game 5. This could be quite a long-winded first round of games.
A lot of projectiles that he's just eaten for breakfast, though. Uh-oh. That's that whiffed Rhino charge. You were getting stomped. Nothing you can do about that one. And a confirm. Debuff applied? No, he hasn't got the meter. Never mind. Overhead. Counter hit. That was a poke. It counter hit a poke. And that's why we got the crushing blow. And that's definitely going to be the round. Stomped into oblivion.
Oh, flawless. Okay, let's go. Titanium Tigers match point. You notice the one thing that Tigers doesn't have in this loadout is a launcher of any kind. So when he gets a hit, he is just going to turn it into the damage over time.
Yeah, there's no armor break or anything either.
Yeah, puts him into a situation they take a ton of damage, and you know, if they jump, they take even more. And he's got the unblockable, like, full screen, like, you know, ground pound, and then he's got the stomp on top.
Another whiff.
Yeah, there it is.
Big punish.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
expected him to break, but here we go. Loopable forward throw. Gambler is starting to press once more. Down 3 game. Air to air is good. And the overhead. Lovely block from Tigers. Ooh. Tries to get it. The instant jump too. Stomp. What's it going to be? Oh, this time he gets caught. And now he has to be really careful here. Stomp into what? Another stomp is good, but Tigers, he's putting his life on the line. Oh, now this is bad news. Amplify. Surely it's stomp or unblockable. Rhino charge. Arrow. Wait. Stomp. Does Tigers do it? Chip. Oh, he got chipped! He got chipped!
One hit too many. One hit too many. Just enough to get the chip kill. Titanium Tigers secures the set, and with a 3-1 win, he's able to advance through where he will play Tweedy in winners round 2, and a friendship, no doubt.
I gotta say, it is merely a shame that Gambler took so long in that set to kind of get into the groove of things, you know? Because in that first game, and, you know, a whole bunch of the second, he was, like, substantially just lost. He seemed really just not sure about what was going on. I'm sure, obviously, he was aware, because I'm sure everyone's been grinding against Shivas that do this at the moment, but the games that happened afterwards, it was more like, right, he's in his element, and now we get to see King Gambler come into his own form. It's just a shame that it took so many games for him to get there, because he had no wiggle room, because those games he won were very, very good.
I think that's just the element to it, though, right? Tigers is definitely, I think, out of all the players we've seen using Shiva, the most willing to stomp for like 3 games straight. Because if it works, he's going to do it. And if he can tell, oh my god, sweet, that's so sick. If he can tell that it's working, and he can tell that it's, you know, it's like I said, it's a very tilting thing to play. So, and he's got the competitive awareness to know when he's in your head. And if he sees that from you, he's gonna know, right, this is working, more of that. And if not, you know, the next layer. Because this is just a very irritating variation from the ground up, right? You've got the enhanced stomp, the ground pound, which you didn't use much, but obviously it's there just to exist, to give you that more presence, I guess, from full screen. And then the low, right? Like, enhanced stomp and the low together is going to be shades of just irritation for everyone. And Tigers is going to be aware of that more than most. But that does mean, my friends, that we are already waiting to get into our second round of winners matches. Mighty Unjust was able to defeat El Cacoy off stream in a 3-0 fashion. And that does mean that our winners round 2 matches are going to be really interesting. So we have Breaking versus Biohazard. We haven't seen that in a little while. And then Tweedy versus Titanium Tigers. So definitely all to watch. Definitely going to be excited for this. And those matches will be ready in a few minutes' time. But we are going to go to a short break first. But before we do, I want to take this moment to remind everyone watching, whether you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, doesn't matter, compete.playstation.com is where you go to get involved in the Open Series. If you want to compete, if you want to get your chance at this weekly money and eventually the monthly finals for even more cash, that is how you do it. They are free to enter. They take place every single week. There is no barrier of entry. You know, if you're playing MK anyway and you want to get competitive, this is a perfect way of doing it. You haven't even got to make sessions or anything. It's all done through the console. Could not be easier, and would love to see you get involved. But that does mean we are going to go to our first break of the stream as we get our next couple of games ready to go and underway. So see you in a few minutes' time. Come back after this.
On February 5th, the PS4 tournaments will be celebrating, well, you. PlayStation is hosting the FGC Arcade,
a massive celebration for the fighting game community that will feature our top pros
and awesome commentators, like me.
Like yours truly.
Like myself.
And we'll be showcasing a wide variety of fighting games. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate,
Soul Calibur 6,
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle,
Under Night Inbirth EXE Late Claire. There will be some intense matchups.
All the top level play you could possibly imagine,
and more. So make sure that you tune in on February 5th.
See what fighting game shenanigans unfold.
And of course, plenty more to look forward to.
PlayStation.
Jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
This is the Mortal Kombat character breakdown for Rambo. Another in an ever-growing line of NetherRealm Studios guest characters, MK11's action hero theme continues with Rambo, who brings with him some interesting gameplay elements to really shake things up as part of Combat Pack 2. Rambo is a character all about the buttons. He has more mid attacks than almost anyone in the game, and they all play to his toolset in different ways. Whether it's for mix-ups, safety, or hit confirms, you will find Rambo more than likely has a button for the job. Forward 122 is a meterless launcher, and your main base go-to mid-punish, or used after stunning crushing blows. Back 1 leads to an overhead string that grants a mix-up when paired with Rambo's low slide. Back 3-3 is your main safe mid that you confirm into specials. These are merely a few examples, but watch for flawless block gaps as Rambo has many that will leave you open to punishment. Rambo also has a new KB requirement in his forward throw. If he goes 10 seconds without being knocked down or jumping, his forward throw will stun, allowing for massive damage. Rambo's base moves cover a few bases. His bow stance fires up to 3 arrows for heavy damage and can be cancelled in between shots. Slide covers decent distance and has a strong crushing blow attached, allowing for deceiving damage. Whip Trap is a fast long-range special that knocks the opponent down and does well in projectile wars. As Rambo crouches down, he will go under most high projectiles. Snare Trap is a stun, pulling the opponent up and leaving them open to attack. They cannot break this until you knock them out of the trap, allowing Rambo's simple and effective armor break threats with his forward 4. Leopard Crawl is a prone stance with multiple options. You can check your opponent with a low strike, command grab, cancel, the choice is yours. The grab will also crushing blow if you crawl far enough. Claymore is an explosive trap that launches the opponent as an unblockable if they get too close to it, allowing for strong setups. This will also hurt Rambo, however, so make sure you aren't too close to it when it explodes. It can also be amplified to be made completely invisible. M60 pulls up twin M60s as a high projectile, doing strong damage. Fubar is a high command grab, with a heavy damage crushing blow attached and good at keeping opponents uncomfortable on defense. Shoulder roll replaces slide, but gives you the ability to roll through your opponent while standing. Should the attack from the roll counter hit, it will crushing blow for a stun. This attack can be amplified as a safe overhead. Rambo has been taught to live off the land, and that is apparent with this next move, MRE. Rambo catches a bug and digs in, restoring health and eventually crushing blow for a big heal. He will get sick if you eat too much though. Mace Trap replaces Whip Trap and becomes a much heavier screen control tool, keeping opponents at bay. Commando grants Rambo extensions to many strings, allowing command grabs and restands. Overall, Rambo brings a new style of gameplay to the table. Whether it's screen control, combos, and setups, or even command grabs, you'll likely be able to find the style of Rambo that suits you the best.
PlayStation.
This is the Mortal Kombat character breakdown for Mileena. One of the most fan-requested returning characters and in true familiar form. Mileena returns to the MK roster in the MK11 Ultimate Edition as part of Combat Pack 2. Mileena is absolutely true to her usual self. Her base moves of side toss, bull roll, and telekick all return, only this time in various ways due to the existence of custom moves. Side toss is a powerful projectile that hits multiple times and can be used for screen control and safety. This can also be changed to become low side, which is slower but covers a lower angle, as well as being able to throw this whilst in the air. The roll is Mileena's main launching option via Amplify. You can combo it from just about anything, from standing buttons to general conversions, or even used raw as a whiff punish or anti-air. This will be your main source of damage. This can also be changed via the Rolling Thunder equip to gain a new startup animation and even go full screen. Stabby Scotch and Playtime are your grappling options, with Stabby Scotch being a true command grab which functions as a solid combo ender and crushing blow tool, and Playtime extending multiple strings for more hits and mix-up potential. Mileena is rather versatile in MK11. She has decent buttons and powerful crushing blows that can obtain damage very quickly, but they do require proper management as not to waste them, allowing you to play a more neutral and patient-focused game. Or you can gravitate toward her universal overhead and low options, combined with your command grabs to play a highly mix-up focused strategy. One thing is for sure though, and that this is definitely Mileena. All of the moves are there and she fits MK11 well. We're sure that Mileena fans will feel right at home with her once again.
PlayStation.
Welcome back, everyone. You're currently watching the monthly finals of January for the PS4 tournament's MK11 Open Series. My name's Ketchup, joined by Mustard, and we've gotten right through our first round of winners.
Sorry,
I feel
like I'd say outright, I'm sorry that I've just got a massive grin on my face. I'm like kind of half laughing because Ryan's been posting pictures of his bunny rabbit in our chat and it looks adorable, and I can't help but smile at the little goofball. Sorry,
Did you just see
I'll pretend
the pictures?
I never saw it.
You just saw the pictures late. Is that what happened? You just saw the pictures late. Let's take a look at the bracket.
I just came back to my desk. I'm like, oh, bunny rabbit. Oh wait, Mortal Kombat. I'm here to talk about that. Winners round
we're
2.
live. The camera's on.
Yes.
Transition. Now, our next matchup. This is, I think, for me, a great opportunity for Bio to really pull through today, because he has been totally fine versus Breaking recently, and Biohazard fresh off a victory against Mighty Unjust, which was a reverse sweep as well with Kano, which was no easy task, but really good stuff across the board. And I just think that, you know, let's see how far Bio can take this.
I think out of every player that's still in the tournament, Bio has got to be the one that is the most... He's got to be riding like the biggest momentum high right now, because he has lost to Mighty Unjust however many times by now in Open Series. Like, he's not never beaten Unjust before, but it's been a while since we saw him able to do it in this fashion he did today. So I think he's definitely going to be feeling like... He's definitely going to be feeling that next level of confidence, and well-deserved as well, because he was using this kind of relatively newer Kano variation that we have seen him use over the last kind of 2 shows or so, where he has the extended strings, the command grab, and the Vegemite, which is the buff that makes his ball armor to projectiles and gives it more damage, gives him the up ball, all that good stuff. But it really makes... It seems to really make the damage in Kano's favor if he's willing to go for like the real... kind of guerrilla 50-50 of command grab or Kano ball. In an instance that you think they're going to block, you command grab. You think they're going to avoid the grab, you Kano ball. And that's kind of the main point of it. And then, on the flip side, Breaking is rocking the Liu Kang again today. Now, Breaking versus Bio, they have played definitely in the past a fair few times. I can hear you. I can hear you, Ketchup. I do believe we have him back, so that's all well and good. But no, it's kind of to finish my point. We've seen Breaking and Bio play a bunch before, and I mean it's usually goes to Bio, but Breaking has pulled out the win. So I'm certainly not gonna instantly just say that Bio is gonna win this free, but Bio definitely has my assumption here, because I think Bio is just rocking this next level of like momentum and the way he was able to get to this point. And on the flip side, Breaking has had a good start today, to be sure, but I really do feel like Bio is just on this next level of just winning energy today. But I guess we'll see if that's going to transfer through. It looks like chat is kind of believing it, as almost 90% of you have definitely voted for Bio here, so definitely have the confidence of the Twitch chat. But we do get into the game now. Let's see if that's how we're going to continue.
Okay, so it's Kano again. Could even be the same variation, actually. It's something that he seems to be putting a lot of time into, but we'll see. Same skin, and we'll just quickly take a look at the moves just to confirm. Breaking going in with the classic Liu Kang that you used earlier today.
Bio's Kano Nation is this one right here. The Vegemite plus his shell. But really good. This has been really solid. And I think it's a perfect fit for Bio, because... Yeah, the craziest thing about it is I feel like the other variation would see Bio use the most, which is like extended strings grab and the pull. The pull gives you almost as much damage off of things as you get with the Vegemite ball. Like, if you're doing it for damage off of buttons, the Vegemite ball gives you almost the same amount. So it's kind of not that much different. The real difference is the utility, because the pull has such range to it.
Usually getting that side twitching grab near the corner already, and Liu Kang having you near the corner is a pretty nice little match made in heaven. And Bio, this is where we're at now. There's so much respect. You know, some people probably look at that and be like, how are they letting him activate Vegemite and letting him command grab? Because there are so many things that he enforces that it's a scary situation, to be honest. It sometimes isn't as simple as just looking at it.
I promise you, the second someone tries to duck the grab after it, they'll just get hit by Vegemite into special cancel Kano ball. Now, if there's one stage Kano shouldn't be eating things off the ground, there's literally bin bags behind him. And they're full.
The chainsaw.
Sorry,
you know?
I know I shouldn't point it out, but I can't not.
No, man, you sound passionate about it. Speak your mind.
Enthusiastic.
Got to channel it somewhere, and then here comes the amp and the overhead, always.
And Bio is playing so much around the 2-4 strings there, and there it is. Breaking, reading the delay.
But when Bio has breakaway, he is so much more volatile. However, no breakaway for this, and here comes a full
corner combo. Oh, optimal!
God,
2
that
bar
hurts.
500, let's go. Half life bar gone just like that. But if he gets a hit into Fatal Blow, yeah, there it is.
Definitely think he tried
that was
to
a solid life bar.
That corner combo, man, 51%. Never get tired of seeing that Liu Kang corner loop.
Oh, interesting.
Oh. Breaking, waiting for the 1-1 before he breaks. No flawless block. That's Bio getting a little bit of information there, I think. Oh, the poke.
Wait, breaking, he's already used forward 4, I think, hasn't he?
Yes, he used it in the corner.
Yeah, he's used forward 4, he's used down 2. So he's already used his 2 biggest damage sources to punish command grab, so Bio's not going to be taking as much risks. Fatal Blow in play now, though. Nice anti-cross up. Not spinning on Fatal Blow just yet. Oh, the whiff. Oh, the parry, not enough. And there it is, the Vegemite. I mean, just look at that. 1-1 Vegemite Kano Ball, 220 damage. Like, this is a really interesting aspect to this variation that I hadn't considered before. Because, I mean, think about it. When you would normally see Bio play customs, it was the pull, right? Pull instead of the Vegemite. And the pull served its purpose for, like, adding damage to every button outside of just standing 2. And then, obviously, the good utility of it being quite fast and long range. But if you're talking about the damage, 220 is pretty much what you would have got for standing 1 with that as well. And then you get the utility of the armor way through. It adds to your tick throw game. Like, I really like the way that Bio is playing this variation. I think it's a really interesting grasp, and it's so effective.
I never get tired of watching Bio's Kano, because it's just his ability to just constantly add these like new layers, and it entirely depends on who he's against too.
It really is a living character. Yeah, I swear it is. He's always
that's
working
actually
on it.
A big thing though, I'll never forget Bio's sake. He was in a real character crisis for a lot of last year. Ended up settling on Kano and going in with the philosophy of, if I focus on where he falls short, if there's anything that could be my fault, I need to work on that not happening, you know? And he put all of his chips into the Kano basket. And now, obviously, he has a larger team of characters, but Kano is still very much the main. Kano is the one that serves most of the utility.
Part of establishing Kano was knowing where Kano isn't going to work. And part of being a character specialist is knowing where they do and don't work competitively as well, right? If you need to change, you need to know when and why.
The blender. Wake up 1, 2, 3 though. The Liu Kang special breaking. Well aware. Ooh, I think that was meant to be a Kano ball. Instant jump 3. Ah, letting it rock on his own, getting greedy with the meter, trying to introduce that kind of mix, right, of amp or no amp.
Round 2.
Liu Kang doing some stretches.
Of course. Ooh, forward 3 by itself though.
I mean, surely it had to be a flying
breaking is
kick.
taking some risks of his own. You can hear these down 2s coming out.
Punish. Another break early on. Overhead out of nowhere. Always in the tick. That tick hasn't worked a huge amount versus breaking, it has to be said. Breaking not afraid
a
to
really
hold
good
down.
mind for it.
Ooh, plus frames again. Now this time, more of it established. Plus frames. Breaking, disrespecting the frames.
Wake up. Oh, he tried, but Bio was not ready. Bio got the neutral jump to make the wake up whiff, but I think he tried to do a Kano ball because he just did a really high up jump 3. I wonder if he tried to do a Kano ball with punish and just missed it.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening, and I'm gonna be honest, it kind of feels like he's having some. Oh,
I saw that too.
Did you see that as well? Was it me or you?
I did. It was my side, but it's all right. You were saying
to a snapshot. You exist. Oh, I was completely lost track of time. What I was going to say is, I kind of think that Bio has been having a real issue with those Kano balls today. I don't know what's going on there, but he keeps trying to do instant Kano balls. I'm seeing a lot of instant jump kicks. I know sometimes there's the argument of whiffing a jump kick, and then when that doesn't happen, that's where the Kano ball comes out. But a little bit more often than I think we're used to, so a little bit slippery, but irrelevant now because here comes the Baraka. What variation was it? Oh wait, no, this is the Chef Baraka. What is this? Just not Bone Picker?
This is just going to be Bone Picker again, most likely.
Blood Lungeon,
yeah,
Spine
100%.
Burst.
Now,
Bone
I will be
Appetit.
honest. I'm not surprised to see him swap away from Kano against the Liu Kang, because I feel like Liu Kang has always been a bit of a tricky matchup for Bio's Kano. I mean, I always kind of thought it was weird for Kano in general, but I know Bio definitely hasn't liked it before. Liu Kang is such a slippery character.
And this Baraka. You've never seen a Baraka like it, honestly, until you've seen Biohazard rock the Bone Picker. Such a different beast, I think.
I mean, it's forward 2 the character, right? Takes Baraka's entire toolkit and just focuses it into one main string. Forward 2 and its various options.
Gets some real estate to create the flag.
He's gonna win the trade big time. Look how much more damage that's doing. Oh! Yeah, the whole pickup breaking. That was clean. Breaking. Ready and waiting the second that fatal blow became available, and that's going to be the life bar.
Absolutely.
Breaking's management. I mean, Liu Kang has always been one of the most important characters to like manage your one-time resources. Like, you can't waste crushing blows with him. You can't afford to. You can't use fatal blow at a bad time. And Breaking's always had a really good awareness for when to let those rock.
Oh,
running grab. Ooh,
another conversion.
Oh. That was a full conversion. That was clean.
Breaking's Liu Kang. Someone's been putting in the work. I tell you what. The walk-up escape failed, and he's hit so many bicycle kicks as well. This is a very scary position for Biohazard, and the fact that Breaking, I mean, even if he loses this round, we're going to go into round 3 with pretty much his win conditions set up.
I mean, round 3 Liu Kang, right?
Yeah,
almost like
exactly.
final boss mode. Plus frames. Oh, the walk up first. He tried to chase him down. Oh, he's dead. KB. Breaking going up in the set now. 2-1. 90% of chat, no doubt, in shock right now.
I feel like chat must have felt like this was a fair, and you would be, you know, I wouldn't.
I agree. I literally said
yeah.
before we went into this match that I don't see Bio losing this. I think he's just got that real momentum after taking out Unjust for the first time in God knows how long in open series. I just didn't see anyone putting a stop to him until at least winners finals. But Breaking, you know, once again showing us not to be underestimated. I feel like this isn't the first time I've said this either. I think Breaking has more than earned the right to not be disregarded. Yet we keep seeing him against people like Unjust or Bio and keep saying, they'll probably beat him, which is weird because he definitely has proven to always be a force to be reckoned with. So historically,
it is because, back to Kano Nation, historically he loses to them, but he does have those occasional weeks where he wins, and he wins convincingly too. Like, he doesn't scrape by a game 5. It's
he
just
took
that
out Cacoy. Cacoy definitely is no slouch either. So
it's just that
now
Breaking
one game away from doing the same to Bio.
He tends to lose to these top-level NA players in open series more than he beats them, but the important thing is he has been known to beat them as well, and he's doing a great job of that again today versus Biohazard.
Yeah, this week is a good example of that.
There's a reason this guy is doing incredibly well in Liga Latina.
Oh. Oh, hey, pick up. Not bad for a down 1. Yeah, you notice as well, Bio, he's doing a lot of up 3s against Breaking as opposed to the usual up 2. I think Liu Kang having so many strings that hit fast twice. Plow through them a lot. At the 1-2, the forward 4. Ooh, Bio definitely taking some risks of his own here.
Always, and that's the Bio meaty timing. Now that string, Breaking does not flawless block that string.
Oh my god. 230 damage for that. I'm never going to get used to seeing...
Keeps forward positioning too. Oh, there's the projectile. Coming in hot now, breaking. Gonna win this fireball war for now, but the question is how long will he be in that position? The forward roll now, plus frames again. And he waits. Back one. Bit of a spike there, but we're back in business. Counter hit. Never mind. We just go bicycle kick all the way. Lovely whiff. Good patience.
Not with punish, but good damage is good damage. It's a good lead to have.
Punish is a punish. Ooh. Now Bio has to be very careful. Has got a lot of life to work with. Can he blend it? Oh, the wake up into the back walk. That was good. And honestly, just spending the KB just to be sure.
I didn't even realize he'd already spent 3 amps on that too. Breaking. He's actually on match point. Winners finals. Guaranteed 3rd place minimum if he can take this round. But Bio starting off strong with a crushing blow. Back 3. Good damage.
Don't forget, monthly finals has more prize money to work with. And top 3 actually has a double rate. It's unlike the weekly tournaments. The 3rd place and 4th place get $100 of a difference. Whereas weekly, obviously, it's 100 each, right? But now, winners finals matters a lot more. However, Bio getting hit by some of these projectiles. He has to be very careful, both players. They have got their breakaways, and Bio is just eating these fireballs. Tick.
That's all of that is a danger now. Yeah. God, it was so close to losing that one. But he was so
close.
The veggie mighty confirmed.
If breaking, I tell you what, Mustard, if breaking was ready for that whiff on hit because of the tick, that was a 1-2-3 fatal blow waiting to happen.
That's what I was worried about. The second we saw breaking at fatal blow territory, your mind instantly goes to, well, Bio's got to be careful. Because if he gets clipped here, it's over. Like, if he whiffs a grab, if something gets punished, whatever, whiff punish, doesn't matter. Like, one touch into fatal blow, done. Like, you have to be so careful against Liu Kang under those circumstances. And he got the whiff, you're right. He did a down 3 command grab tick through attempt, and breaking got hit by the down 3, so the grab didn't connect. That could have been a whiff punish. But it wasn't, and breaking just was not ready, and we are going to a game 5 in this winners round 2 match.
But I'm kind of just curious about how this final game is even going to go, because Bio, he's been in these final game situations so many times, and it's with a character. It's stressful enough being in this position, and then you're playing a character that puts their life on the line for a single mix-up. It's like, you need to have Bio's level of fearlessness to make that work in tournament, I think, and breaking, he's bringing it to the brink. Absolutely could take this. But the overhead starts things off. And the tick, again, not really working on Liu Kang. I wonder if it whiffs on him.
Might be more range dependent.
Maybe. It looks like he's too far away, doesn't it? Like he's not quite managing to reach him or something, but looking for the low. Again, no flawless blocks are breaking. I don't think he has that option select on defense. But how many Kano players does he really
I definitely
fight?
don't think he has, because if we would have seen it by now. With the amount of times that Bio has been doing it.
That tick is just not working.
Yeah.
Oh, the command grab is.
Down 4 command grab is actually a really strong tick, because it's on block, obviously it ticks, but on hit you're actually not punishable like all the other pokes.
Yeah,
really
super
strong.
plus, right? And it's like, well, like most down 4s, I guess.
Now Bio, he's on match point. He'll be able to clutch out this game 5 at this rate, get that winners final secured. Breaking, I do not want to count him out.
Oh, he tries to pop the Vegemite Kano ball. Vegemite, not my cup of tea, I tell you. Oh, there's that 1-2-3. And push down. Instant wake up jump. Oh, the one whiffs. Kano too low to the ground, and here comes the punish. Full combo. Bio. Oh, the drop. Maybe expect that. No.
I think he was waiting for a breakaway there, maybe.
Yeah, but if he's expecting a breakaway, he does 1-1 anyway, doesn't he?
Maybe. Yeah, breaking with the patience. Bio expecting him to let go of block there to avoid the grab for the Kano ball.
Oh, match
he is
point,
holding
both
his
sides.
ground.
Let's go.
Yeah, both fatal blows ready as well. This is going to be an explosive round, potentially.
A lot of the patience, but Bio with a temporary life lead. They trade them, but you have to watch out. The advance. It's not the damage of that knockdown, it really is everything that comes after it. The momentum, the mix-ups, breaking. Good thing about his grabs, being able to send them full screen. Dash in grab, that's going to do good damage. Nice little extra 2% right there. Now the Vegemite buff is activated. Biohazard, he needs to get one good knockdown. This could be it. Jump in. Another block though, and the patience. But he gets good.
Counter hit.
Counter hit breaking. This is his opportunity.
Oh, the pickup! Does he have it? Yes, he does. Breaking with, I will say, the upset over Biohazard in a really hard-fought game 5. We've still got surprises incoming today, it seems. Breaking with that crazy turnaround. And the Liu Kang, yeah, again, Breaking, reminding us all that he's not to be underestimated. You know, you did say beforehand, going into that kind of final few matches, the reason we typically favor the players he fights against in North America is because he gets close, but he typically does kind of fall a bit short when push comes to shove. But he does have those weeks where he just plays super good, and he does show us that he is capable of great things. And this week, certainly one of them. You know, Breaking, reminding us all why he is such a mainstay in Open Series and why we do see him week in, week out with a winners finals guaranteed now, taking it over Biohazard 3-2 and sending Bio down to that losers bracket. GG's.
I mean, that Liu Kang is just so insanely clean. It's really good to see that he's gone back to the character. It's just really incredible stuff. And Bio, he went all in on the mix-ups, but unlike, when he was fighting Mighty Unjust, he was point blank all the time. It felt like he was just out of range on more than one occasion here, just not quite able to get it. And I think Breaking, just having a nice amount of defense there, just wait for his turn. He was patiently waiting for his turn, and if he gets command grabbed, so be it. But he wasn't really getting hit by many ticks either. That final read, expecting the jump out and being bang on the money.
It was a safe meaty, right? Back one by itself on block, who cares? On hit, you stagger, and if you catch a jump, confirm.
Oh man,
Breaking was totally ready.
These next round of losers games are going to be absolutely savage, and it's not even winners bracket. So Breaking is lying in wait in winners finals, sitting comfortably. Up next, Tweedy versus Titanium Tiger. However, whoever loses between Tweedy or Titanium Tiger has to fight Mighty Unjust before we even reach top 4.
It's kind of crazy. Sounds like monthly finals to me.
Yes, it does. Shoutouts to Open Series. It's taken us every now and then, we get these really top level players kind of trickling into the Open Series. And now we're at a point where we've been doing these for so long, for so many months, that now there's so many players that could easily get a top 4. It's scary, really, because you end up with brackets like this. We're fighting Mighty Unjust for joint 5th.
Yeah, it's wild where... and I'll be honest, as someone that's been with Open Series since day one, the two of us, we've been commentating for almost a year at this point. We're going into our kind of 9th month in February next week. It really has been nice to see the progression of the Open Series player base, that for both Europe and North America, it is not just simply the same 8 players every week. Like, yes, there are names that are always here. North America, there's always Bio, there's always Unjust. But I kind of feel like they are the only 2 names that we see guaranteed every single top 8 for the most part. But, there's only 8 spots, and there are more than 8 strong players in the Open Series, that it really is a bit of a toss-up to what we're expecting. And even right now, this match between Tweedy and Titanium Tigers, I mean, who even knows what to call this one? The Kotal Khan we could see, or is it going to be... Okay, it's looking like it is going to be the Shiva versus Geras. Now, Tweedy, I did mention this on Tuesday. If there's one thing that we can say about Tweedy, is that he is always ready for what is popular in the game. He very rarely gets caught off guard by surprises in meta. If something is popular or something has become good or strong, he is usually one of the first to show that he is able to deal with it. I am not expecting to see the same level of discomfort that we saw from Gambler versus the Shiva as Tweedy this time. Even to make it into top 8, Tweedy had to play against this exact same matchup, so it's something that I think he's going to be comfortable. I say comfortable with. It naturally makes you very uncomfortable, but here we go. Every time Tiger does a stomp against Geras, that stomp is going to cost you at least 40%. Well, 38,
He needs to stomp him 4 times to make up for that.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure.
There's one.
So here's one. But then obviously we have everything else. But Tigers, he's playing quite a risky game against Geras of all characters to do it. But now I do wonder if we're going to start to see those fire. And again, immediately had to use it. There's the splash, getting caught by the low. And the forward 2 is real. Here comes the chip. A major whiff. Tweedy looking for a whiff punish, but not quite. And I think that you're right. I feel like he's going to be a bit more comfortable in this matchup, but there is still very much a guessing game behind that enhanced dragon drop. Big thing you have to worry about is that crushing blow. But he has to do another one. Major whiff. The stagger. Oh, he was ready for the stagger. Tigers prepared.
I mean, that's almost guaranteed death, right?
Yeah, you can't do anything. If you jump, you're dead. Yeah, that is absolutely guaranteed.
Now that is such a good choice though as well though. Get the amplified damage over time if you move into the unblockable stomp. Like, you literally can't avoid it.
There's the overhead, really nice up 3. Now up 3 does create the mix-up game, and let's not forget Tigers has the low scoop as well. Jump kick.
Ooh. Tweedy's still ready for that jump kick. Good OS. Ooh. Back to back, really trying to keep Tigers away. Now Shiva, she doesn't have tiny range, but she is one of the more stubby characters in the game, I would say.
That's gonna hurt.
Especially
He's gonna catch
to
out.
a lot of the characters. Yeah, is that gonna be there? Is that enough? Oh, not quite. Ah, no, at the very least gets out of the corner. I respect that from Tigers.
Next time, perhaps. Final round. Fight.
Ooh, Tweedy wins the air-to-air jump kick game. Oh, no fuzzy though.
That's it, rock. Absolutely just laying it rock, and now Tweedy going in. Wake up potential. Another down 2 against Geras. That is dancing with the devil right there. Unblockable. Another one, Tweedy.
Just waiting for it.
I tell you, he learned that one getting into top 8, I promise. That's exactly how he won his
stomp.
set. One stomp.
100 damage is traded for 390.
Your life flashes before your eyes, looking for the anti-air. Ooh, the down 1. Tweedy has to be very careful here, Tigers. Could absolutely go in. Another whiff, plus frames. And he challenges them. And that's it.
Yeah, and he knew. Tweedy was waiting.
Tweedy is doing a very, very good job of just handling the situation. And a big part of that, again, it's character dependent, isn't it? Because Geras, he's a character with pretty damn good movement. I know that movement is not as good as it once was, but it's still good enough that in those situations, and Tweedy, against Shiva, you have enhanced drag and drop. You have the ability to move back and in front. Most people will do that. And a lot of those stomps that went punished were Tweedy not doing anything and just letting it miss and having the right call out on it. It is a guess, it is a read, but it is resisting that kind of beginner's trap against the Shiva stomp matchup where you just have to move. Right? You don't always have to move.
Well, if you as the defender are willing to take default stomp range as an option, it's not a left-right mix-up, it's a 3-way mix-up. Because if you're always trying to move left or right to avoid the stomp, it becomes a 50-50 of left or right. But if you have that composure to know, right, no, standing still is part of the mix-up. Because if you expect me to move away, the last thing you'll do is let it rock normally. Tweedy's willing to do that, and part of that is because he's playing a character that does like 3 times the stomp damage per bar for getting that mix-up right.
And the ability to spend both bars too, to get that just flat 40%. Another stomp up close, Tigers going for the mix-ups forever. The forward 3, no buffer this time though. Tweedy just gonna have to take that standalone mid. Not able to pick it up though. Another forward 2. We are just swinging right now. He wants you to read it. No grabs are coming out from Tweedy so far. He just wants to land a hit, and now he's getting sent full screen. Are we gonna stomp? No, Tigers. He doesn't want to play the game. He's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna put stomp into his game as much. There's a good chance he's going to be a lot more up close focused because now he has health to work with, right? He has life to burn in a sense.
But this has still been nothing compared to the amount of times he's used it prior. Even now, like, he just wants to finish off, so he can afford to do this.
He's able to do it now, and this is where the dynamic of things I think will definitely change, is that once Tigers has a lead, we'll probably go back to stomp, but the second things start to get a little bit too close for comfort, I wonder if he's going to stick to it, because going in and applying the mix-up, now he has plenty of life. The whiff, though, unfortunately, but there's the forward 3. Does he break? He does. And Tweedy keeping the meter.
Yeah, Tweedy was ready. He knew to expect it.
No meter for wake up now, though, for Tigers. Down 1. Another one here.
Stealing. That 6-frame Geras poke. So good. Oh, overhead boot.
The big scoopy overhead. Oh, wake up on 1.
2 bars.
Of course. Here we go now, knock down that 38%, 39% this time, and that's going to be the reverse grab. Barely enough life remaining.
And Tigers only just built back that defensive bar too. Took a long time to get that back to full.
Final round, fight.
Now, what's it going to be? Both bars of offense spent on this, actually. Interesting. A lot of faith in the stomp. It is. But again, ironically, Tweedy, if he stood still, probably would have been able to dodge it, but that's the guess. It's kind of the fact that he's still guiding it. That's got to be where Tigers is just fearless with it. Oh! Just
that's how we hit the breakaway, so you can see it, right? If you've got the breakaway, you can sponge some of that damage
yeah,
away.
you can totally risk it with the breakaway. Oh, I'm jumping over the sand trap.
Quicksand.
Plus frames again. I love how the backwards movement from Tigers comes out on block after that. Uh-oh. Sand trap. Now Tweedy looking for an opportunity. There's the whip punish. Oh, that's a full combo. Say
And
goodbye to most
again.
of that.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty chunky life lead.
Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. And now what's it going to be? Does Tiger spend meter on wake up? Wake up down one.
Oh, good fuzzy. That was crucial.
Hang on, we're full screen
though. Yeah, these throws take a long time, but he can't just sit and block. Oh! That throw, that throw tech might have won the game for Tweedy. I don't know if it was possible for Tigers to actually get, even if he just sat there and blocked, I don't know if he had the damage to do anything else at 7 seconds from there. If he got that throw, it would have been a different story. But unfortunately for him, he did not.
I'm going to be honest, I feel like there's a really big misconception about Shiva that even if she didn't have the stomp as part of her game, that I think a lot of people talk about Shiva as if like when Shiva doesn't have her stomp, she's not a good character, and that she has a lot of other options. Even Dragon Stance in its current state, it's not awful because it's a zoning tool, obviously took a major hit. Dragon Stance definitely got nerfed harder than the stomp did, but I'm looking at a matchup like this and it's like, I understand that it's really good. You know, the enhanced Dragon Drop, this stomp right here is the best, like, not just Shiva stomp, but Shokan stomp that has ever existed, right? And that's because of one thing, delay. You've pretty much never really been able to delay it before. You've been able to steer it since about Mortal Kombat 9, but you've not really been able to delay it. Now, being able to steer it and not delay it gives a lot of characters their own specific answer to stomp, regardless of where she lands, or Goro in MKX, which was exactly the same. The delay,
I mean, no pun intended, but it has historically been a bit of a pub stop move, right? Where if people don't know how it works, there's no avoiding it. But if they do, it almost became worthless. It wasn't until MKX where like Goro's version had like armor on the way up and actually did an attack on the way up too that actually became somewhat strong.
Nice launch in the corner.
Definitely different. That delay adding so much potential.
Now, what's this going to be in the corner here? Another mix. No need to spend the debuff though. Jump in, Tweedy, looking for it forever. Good block on that. Oh, that's the round for sure. Throw him through, down 2. Bam, and that's Tweedy on the verge of a 3-0 against Tigers.
Looking really strong so far. I mean, it's a big part of defending against that stomp is the confidence. We did say Tweedy so unlikely to be caught off guard by things that, you know, become popular, that become meta. And we're definitely seeing that here. He is looking more prepared for the stomp than I think I've ever seen a player.
I think this tactic will definitely catch a lot of people off guard. It requires a lot of just extensive looking at your answers and then playing against a player that does a lot to get used to it.
But it's not even like, you know, it's just no good and Tweedy's showing how bad the stomp is. It's literally just, it's not unbeatable. If you
Some characters really struggle. Some characters with bad movement, they have a really hard time dealing with it. But it's like Tweedy right now with the Gearus not having a hard time because this is looking like a 3-0 mustard.
And on paper, yes, if you guess right every time on a stomp, you can technically win by, you know, every time you stomp, you're going to hit something. For the most part, anyway. But, I mean, that's a 100 damage thing. She's going to have to do it 10 times. You know, a bit less if you take amplifying into it, but... Oh,
nice
there's the pickup. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, Tweedy getting a bit overwhelmed there, I think, by the stomp. The actual ground pounds themselves. Something that Tigers hasn't really been using much of. Saving that one for a rainy day, perhaps. And now, still match point for Tweedy, but 1 round apiece.
A crucial round. Because going into that, Tweedy looked pretty much unstoppable. Now Tigers finding some damage here. And a good lead. This is a really good start. Oh, up 2 attempt. Good
Tweedy gonna have to concede the damage that he takes for free moving in. Does not want to give Tigers much of an opening. Uh-oh, button into button. Here we go. Another debuff, and now Tweedy has a lot of work to do. Oh. Now what's it going to be? This time the stomps are coming in hot. Down one. The whiff and the low again. This time more debuff, and this might be a GG. This is a really horrible situation for Tweedy, and yeah, he can't do anything. And that's our 2-1.
That I feel like is the real of the variation. When you get your opponent low and you end in the damage over time, like application, and you've got like the unblockable ground pound on top of it. That's where it gets so dangerous, because just the existence of it makes you feel like, oh, well, I'm dead then. Kind of like not really got those options. But that right there, that was not a game that Tigers won because of the stomp. That was a game that Tigers won because of everything but
the debuff,
the ground,
the debuff, and the
ground pound, the mobility. It just hinders from you. The counter poke game, just the raw overhead low enforcement from the base. Because that's the thing, you know, we think of mix up Shiva, and oh, hello, Tweedy.
Ball roll or dive kick. I wonder what his answer will be.
Yeah, this is actually really interesting. Tweedy wasting no time and going for the Mileena pick. Okay, so extended strings, command grab, and the air sigh. Okay, let's see what you got, Tweedy.
Look, there is very much there's a game plan here. There's a reason he went straight to Mileena, and I'm curious to see if it plays out as I think it might do. Let's pay attention. Dash in down 2. Was that part of the plan? I do not know. There's the amp. Ooh, the punish. Punishes the button press. Full combo. Wow, Tweedy coming in immediately. Bloody hell. Oh my god. Oh, the grabs. Okay.
God.
An opportunity now for Shiva to come back, perhaps. Making a hard call out, but no success. Yeah, trying to get away from it. But now, what's it going to be? The dive kick. Oh, he's getting punished big time. Tweedy has to be very careful here. Trying very much to get around it.
You know what? I wonder if that's it. Because I think if you teleport, you don't take damage over time, right? Teleporting doesn't count as mobility. So I think that might be what Tweedy's got in mind. Yeah, that has got to be it. So Tweedy going for Mileena here is really smart. Because if he gets that damage over time applied to him, if he teleports to anti-air or anti-stomp or whatever it is,
full combo,
he won't lose damage in the process. Ooh, big launch. Oh, hello.
The debuff.
That was sick. No debuff off that, I don't think.
Oh yeah, the wrong move. My bad.
We'll see it now.
Here we go now.
He's got the bar back.
Yes, indeed. Uh-oh. It is the debuff combined with the stomp that is such a devastating game plan. Stomp on its own is definitely a little bit more risky, but it's the second the debuff is on, that's where the risk reward goes into her favor, because you have very little options, and the panic sets in too. Then the whole thing rock. Tweedy has to be very careful now. Okay, round on the board for Titanium Tigers.
You will suffer.
Still though, Tweedy, he is still on match point. Still looking to tempt that winner's finals against Breaking.
Some off-stream results, folks. Biohazard with a 3-2 over King Gambler. So Biohazard is, in fact, in the top 4. Oh, that's it. A stomp right as the projectile comes out. That's a classic counterplay.
You have to be so careful breaking after that down 2 as well, though, from Mileena, because that command grab is the armor break. The damage is kind of considerable. Oh, hello. Now, Tigers, again, trying to go for wake-up uppercut. Not the first time he's done that today.
Oh, using that on block is definitely catching Tweedy off guard a lot.
Yeah,
making the hard call out
again. He chose to not move.
Oh, but Tigers is getting one more. Crushing blow is ready.
Oh, it missed. That's there. Yeah, and Tigers put it all on the line there. Really gambling the game away. And Tweedy with the right call out. I mean, to be fair to Tigers, had just went the right direction, so fair to assume the right we could go again. Because I actually wasn't keeping count of the stomps that connected, so for all we know, that actually could have been the KB stomp too.
No, it was. Hit 2 in a row. Oh, I forgot how good this beat. This fatality is so sick. and probably feels exceptionally good for Tweedy with a change to Mileena. Was able to give him the edge he needed in that final match. And I know you said you'd kind of lost track of the stomps. He'd hit 2 before, so doing 2 raw stomps and then that third one being off the string, there was about 30% left. So if Tigers got that stomp, that would have been the game. So big risk, big reward, I think, in its purest form. Right, win the game, wrong, lose the set. But I think Tweedy did a really good job there, and Tigers really using the stomp in the neutral is not where the threat comes from. It is when that debuff is applied, and when you give yourself the scoop and that, it kind of takes that game plan even further. Because I know she gets her kind of her grab version anyway. You know, you don't need to take anything for that. But it's when you have the scoop that comes from mix-ups at close range and then enhanced drag and drop.
It's basically
Some
just
characters
guaranteeing
really
that your
struggle to deal
opponent
with
is
it.
uncomfortable from all ranges. You know, that's ultimately what it's about. It's I want to take what's the most annoying about fighting this character to you and making it so you feel that way no matter where I am. You know, close range, you have to deal with the 50-50s. Point blank, you know, further away, ground pound, stomp, whatever it is that you want to do. But as we've seen right there, it is by no means just the be-all, end-all. It does have that risk attached to it. You know, always going to take some sort of risk. You know, even if you've got the KB ready, it's just a matter of how much damage do you have, how much can you afford to take, and that is the end of it. Breaking versus Tweedy. I will be honest, looking at this half of the bracket going into today, I would not have put Breaking in winners finals. I think Breaking in winners finals on the same side as El Cacoy, Mighty, Unjust, Biohazard, like, again, no disrespect to Breaking 2, because he has been doing well in Liga Latina. He has progressively done better and better in Open Series, but his track record against those players just isn't as good as theirs against him, you know? And to see Breaking come today, take out El Cacoy, take out Biohazard, I'm not going to count him out in this winners finals against Tweedy either. I think we've definitely learned our lesson, and there's no more reason to doubt him, even though Tweedy's coming into this with a lot of momentum. You know, he is new to the Open Series, but not new to competitive NetherRealm games, I can tell you that. You know, we've got Evo second place, you've got, you know, consistent placer across various top 8s for various NetherRealm games, you know, whether it's Injustice 2, his real kind of breakout game, I think is fair to say. MK11, Final Combat finalist like Tweedy. And Tweedy qualified for Final Combat pretty early as well, right? Like, he qualified for Final Combat pretty early on, so he was able to sit pretty and didn't have to really worry about it too much until, like, later on in the year when other people started to kind of catch up around. He was like, okay, right, I guess I need another good placement, and he got it. Just really strong overall, where is Tweedy, but you know, everything I've said, and I would, as much as I would want to say, I think Tweedy is going to be the go-to favorite. I don't know if it's even safe to bet against Breaking by now. I think we've made that mistake all too many times.
So before we cut to a break, I'd like to remind everyone that Open Series is running all the way through February as well. So if you want to get involved, go to compete.playstation.com. It is the one-stop shop for all things PS4 tournaments related, not just for Open Series, but the Pro competition that's forever ongoing, and we have got the Intercontinental Combat Qualifier tomorrow, and then the stream for that on Sunday. So if you are of one of the eligible regions for Intercontinental, get involved. We'd like to have you. So we're going to go for a quick break. When we come back, winners finals all the way through to the rest of today's tournament.
On February 5th, the PS4 tournaments will be celebrating, well, you. PlayStation is hosting the FGC Arcade.
A massive celebration for the fighting game community that will feature our top pros
and awesome commentators, like me.
Like yours truly. Like myself. And we'll be showcasing a wide variety of fighting games. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate.
Soul Calibur 6.
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Under Night Inbirth EXE Late Claire. There will be some intense matchups.
All the top level play you could possibly imagine.
And more. So make sure that you tune in on February 5th.
See what fighting game shenanigans unfold.
And of course, plenty more to look forward to.
PlayStation.
The PS4 Tournament's Open Series has been full of fantastic finishes, killer combos, and a friendship or two.
This is going to be my favorite friendship in the game.
We've seen promising new players and household names continue to dominate.
Oh, I think that's it. Yep,
mighty Unjust, 26 wins in 34 streams.
Do not miss a single moment of the PS4 Tournament's Open Series monthly finals.
PlayStation.
This is the Mortal Kombat character breakdown. A real fan favorite makes his return after many years and is already seeing action in the competitive circuit. Rain brings forward fantastic movement, stylish combos, and a little something for everyone. Now, as this is a breakdown post-Ultimate, which introduced custom variations, this time round we'll be covering some of the more prominent specials that players like to compete with at this moment. First things first, look at that movement. This character has absolute incredible dash speed and the ability to truly glide around the screen. It makes his hit and run playstyle work fantastically well. Katar Toss is a straight projectile that, when amplified, becomes a mid. Really good for pressure on block and a fast projectile standalone. Geyser Kick is the famous round-the-world attack that repositions the opponent on hit, landing a full combo when amplified. Argus Plunge is a charge attack that does extra damage on amplify. The thing is, this has a crushing blow attached, and it's also Rain's armor break. Very versatile. Now, with abilities, Hydro Boost replaces the Geyser Kick. This move gives different combos, but importantly, the ability to do attacks from the air on block for increased pressure. Water Ball replaces Katar Toss, and it gives multiple direction options for the user when you amplify it. This has some heavy-hitting combos and impressive damage all round. A great combo conversion tool. Tidal Wave brings safety to the table with a lot of pushback on the amplified version, popular with those that like to mix up their attacks at close range. Finally, the Geyser Palm allows Rain to get much better combos and conversions off certain strings that he otherwise wouldn't. With just one slot to equip this move, it seems almost essential for competitive Rain players right now. The Prince of Edenia has not disappointed with his competitive debut. A high-speed playstyle, amazing movement, tools to confirm into different combos and damage, and a real sense of style that can't be matched. Play Rain and you'll certainly have a great time.
PlayStation.
This is the Mortal Kombat character breakdown.
Nightwolf.
Making his first appearance in Mortal Kombat 3 back in 1995, the Spirit Warrior returns in MK11 with all kinds of classic moves and a hefty amount of new ones that can give old-school Nightwolf fans a new experience while still retaining his more special elements. His classic moves are a core of his game plan. The Straight Arrow is a fast projectile that, on Amplify, will fire multiple shots. Rhino Charge is a fantastic whiff punisher. It has great knockdown frames and, on Amplify, will do extra damage and contain a rather cheeky crushing blow. Reflector is a Nightwolf staple. This move will reflect most projectiles back at the opponent, which makes him impossible to zone out. Abilities are where Nightwolf changes up a little bit, and here are some of the more commonly used moves that we see in competitive play. Lightning Arrow is a mid, which means it can't be crouched. It does great damage and it knocks down. Combine this with his already amazing Reflector and you become an irritating opponent at range. Rising Tomahawk is one of your combo tools. It costs 2 slots to equip, but the combo and conversion potential makes it a fantastic addition to any loadout. It combos meterlessly in the corner as well. Spirit Tracks is a low-hitting roll attack that can go under certain projectiles. However, this can be coupled with another ability that allows you to amplify it for a launch, meaning Nightwolf has 2 different combo abilities to choose between: Rising Tomahawk for conversions and corner, and Spirit Tracks for the range and roll potential.
Nightwolf can have a command grab, which deals extra damage on Amplify, on top of having way more knockdown frames, which helps for setup, but it couples up as an armor break. Nice. A more unusual move, but one that we might start seeing more, is Moonfall. Nightwolf throws his tomahawk on the ground, and it can be recalled as an attack that will allow for combos and potential mind games. While on the ground though, certain attacks become unusable until it's called back. Finally, Nightwolf can equip multiple buffs, and here they are. Spirit of Kiba increases damage dealt. Spirit of Como reduces the damage that you take, and Spirit of Hannah buffs your Rhino charge. Hannah's Wrath is a separate ability that will send Hannah out at the opponent, and it temporarily stops them from amplifying their attacks. Nightwolf is a beast up close thanks to his string versus throw mind game, and his multitude of abilities that change up how you approach him. A fantastic pick for the Brawler archetype, and a classic MK character making a powerful return.
PlayStation.
Hello everyone, welcome to our monthly finals of January for the PS4 Tournament's MK11 Open Series and our winners finals. We are so close, and it's going to be no more breaks, this all the way through to the end of the show. So Breaking versus Tweedy, a matchup that I'm very curious to see what happens.
But Breaking is playing in winners finals, I get it.
That was no pun intended, I promise, but if you're going to say it, I'll take credit for it. I'll take full credit for it. Now, off-stream, Titanium Tigers and Unjust are going head-to-head, which is kind of insane in itself, and one of them makes top 4 to fight Biohazard.
Actually, right as you're saying that, we just got updated results off-stream. Unjust just won 3-0 over Tigers, so we'll be seeing Unjust versus Biohazard in our losers semi-final. But winners final is definitely an unexpected one, and one that we have seen as a bit of a wake-up call, I think, for the month. Breaking is taking on Tweedy in the winners side of the winners finals. Well, as opposed to the losers side of the winners finals. I don't really know where I'm going with that. But Breaking being the one to make winners finals.
The excuse.
I mean, but not even that. Like, Breaking being the one of the 4 up on that top half of the bracket to make it through to this point, I'm stunned and pleasantly surprised, because Breaking is a player that we've seen week in, week out. He's always here, but he's not always winning. You know, like, he definitely has gotten better and better, but it does feel like when he inevitably does come up against, like, particularly the favorites, like the Ice Scorpion, the Bio, the Unjust, he has beat them before, but generally they do beat him instead. Today, we've seen the former, where he took it over Biohazard in a really good Game 5 set with this Liu Kang. He took out El Cacoy 3-0. He is looking like quite a force of nature in this winners finals. On the flip side, Tweedy took out Titanium Tigers, as well as Lycan in the first round. And to be honest, it's looking like Tweedy. You know, Tweedy is prepared and ready. We know what Tweedy's like. Tweedy, he's a serious competitor. When money's on the line, he brings his A game. And this is the monthly finals. This is his first monthly finals, where there is $400 for first place. You know he's going to be after that. This is going to be prime Tweedy we're about to see. But Breaking, I feel like under any other circumstance, I would be saying, I think Tweedy's got this. But I do not want to underestimate Breaking again. He's doing well.
He's having one hell of a day. He's having one hell of a day.
I feel like we mustn't underestimate him. That's a mistake we should stop making.
Here we go. Winners finals. One of these players is going to be our first grand finalist of the night for NA. And Breaking actually off to a really good start. Forward throw.
Now this is definitely a bit more of a token Tweedy style for Gears.
And it will be with these two characters too. It's just that kind of counter-zoning potential of Sand Trap, laying a rock. No punish though. Breaking not ready for that, it seems.
Well, I feel like as well, one thing we haven't touched on is this is a matchup that Tweedy has proven to be very capable at. Like, he is very good at the Liu Kang matchup. You know, he got a hair's length away from taking out Ninja Killer at Final Combat. Like, you know, he still tweets to this day, like, he thinks back to that time that he was up match point on Ninja Killer and he like just missed something that he doesn't normally miss, and it meant the set didn't work out. Like, he's definitely proven to be good at this matchup at the highest possible level.
Oh yeah, without question. Now this fatal blow, it's not going to kill. Breaking, wisely not using his breakaway. But now what's it going to be? Does he bet it all on a flying kick? He's taking a lot of chip damage now, and he does bet it. I can't believe it. And he gets it. Oh my good lord. And that's just given him a significant advantage, because now fatal blow for Geras is gone.
Yeah, that is a disastrous turnaround for Tweedy. The fact that Tweedy spent fatal blow and then lost that round. Oh, but too early. Breaking, really trying to make big plays with the parry.
Oh, he tried to interact a ball. Full combo again. Keeping it simple.
Both bars spent. Crushing blow ready to go for the bicycle kick now.
Takes his turn. Uses it to get some rather impressive damage. Keeping the pressure going. There's the down one interruption. Tweedy, fight back. But I think that this is a wonderful situation. Ooh, the whiff on the short hop.
Definitely not what I expected to see, but there's it again. Breaking. Game 1 up on Tweedy now. And this is what I was saying. I feel like we must stop underestimating Breaking. He has proven to us time and time again in the Open Series.
I'm gonna stand up for myself for a second and say that I don't think that it's us underestimating Breaking. I think it's us going by previous results, which normally shows that at this point in the tournament, usually Breaking gets knocked into losers, and then within kind of losers finals maybe is eliminated, right? That's just going by what
he's at
previous
least
tournaments
like
have shown us. What's important?
He's at least become
right
a
now,
favorite for top 4.
What's important right now is that he is shattering all expectations today. This is, I think, his best day of Open Series, because he's taken out El Cacoy. He took out El Cacoy. He took out Biohazard. A convincing game 1 on Tweedy. In Open Series, I can't name a better day than what he's had so far.
Yeah, if he beats Tweedy today, this is going to be the best performance Breaking has ever had, I think, in Open Series. That could be crazy.
I am curious to see how this goes. The shifting sands, again, there's one thing that's always, I think, set apart is that he's always had shifting sands, but he just doesn't use it, ever. I'm so interested by that. But either way, we start things off with a bit more of a conventional round.
We touched on this on Tuesday. I think for Tweedy, it's less about equipping shifting sands and more just playing Infinite Warden without the charged gauntlet.
Indeed.
So he'll just go with something that's one slot that gets rid of the worst gauntlet and gives him the base one, which is definitely more to Tweedy style.
Yeah, that short hop kick whiffing on Liu Kang. I didn't know that was a thing, I will be honest.
No, me neither.
I guess we do now. I learn something new every day. But that one doesn't whiff. Breaking, walking right into it, definitely not expecting it. Plus frames, challenges it with the parry. Breaking is not afraid to parry out of plus frames. It's been a common thing about his Liu Kang for a very long time. Oh my god.
Hang on. Wait, he could have killed on that. That was a counter hit. This won't kill, but he could have killed. He could have gone counter hit forward 4 into fatal blow.
We shall see. 1%.
Yeah, breaking through that way.
Kick. Why did he jump kick? No. If he didn't jump kick.
What we saw in game number 1, we're now seeing the exact reversal of where now it's both, in this case, both fatal blows, but Tweedy manages to steal it back. Yeah, Breaking definitely misplayed that. He could have done the forward 4 crushing blow launch into fatal blow, and then it definitely would have killed. But he chose not to. He went straight into it. Maybe he thought save the crushing blow, and then just finish off what little will be left. Because he wasn't far off the calculations for damage, but he definitely was never going to kill. Tweedy, though, definitely running away with this one now. This is the Tweedy that we are used to seeing.
Oh no. Major with punish. And this is going to be very close too. We'll just get the down 2 for good measure. The jump in. No parry for you right there. And it's an unfortunate way for Breaking to lose after that round 1. But
that was a quick game, is my concern. That was definitely quite the momentum shift. I feel like if we saw Breaking get that first round in not quite disastrous fashion. We might have a different story on our hands, but not to be. I did say, this is Tweedy. When Tweedy is playing for money, Tweedy is playing optimal Tweedy. He plays a lot of this game. He's big in the online space, always playing, always grinding. But when the chips are down and there is money to be played for, that is where Tweedy really shows his A game. And monthly finals. I mean, this is the most money you can play for in Open Series, right? First place, $400 for the same amount of time as an Invitational would take, which is almost half. And that's not even bad money by itself. And then monthly finals comes in, and it's like, hello, here's pretty much double the money you're normally playing for. And when you're Tweedy now, and you're in winners finals, and you're this close, you're 2 matches away from winning? Of course you do it.
Then we look at the fact that, again, remember everyone, if you go into the monthly finals of these, there is more money to play for, sure. Okay, well, at least that disconnect happened now and not when the game was live, because that would have unfortunately been a forfeit match. Let's just get the lobby back up, I suppose, and we'll start this matchup off as soon as we can. So let's talk about, actually, it's a good time for that to happen, because let's talk about the difference of monthly finals to the invitationals.
as good of a time as any for a player to disconnect, but in the world of online tournaments, this does happen sometimes. Luckily the match hadn't started, so there will be no penalty given to breaking. We'll just get him back in the lobby and we'll continue. But yeah, you're right. Let's talk a little bit about what makes the monthly final different to the weekly invitational.
The biggest difference is the money. That really is it. Monthly finals, if you do well in any of the weeks, you get invited back. It tends to be the absolute kind of best of the bunch, really, in that respect. But then for prize money, it is 100 divides each different placement, basically. So 4th place and 3rd place, there's that $100 difference. That's different to what it is in Open Series Invitational, where it's 100 for 3rd and 100 for 4th. So normally players, they want to get 1st anyway if they're that far in tournament, but it's not going to be as much of a sting, I guess, if you get 4th and not 3rd. Whereas in monthly finals, getting winners finals alone guarantees you minimum 3rd. So that's $200 in the bank, just like that. But 4th place, you get that 100, which is still not bad for a few hours of Mortal Kombat. But obviously, it's enough of a difference to make each place count more than it does in the invitationals. On top of it being, the finals for the month, the most prestigious one of the month.
A big thing I like about Open Series, though, especially for the player base that we have here, is so many of these players, I mean, they'd be playing MK11 anyway, right? We say that Open Series is you put a few hours into Mortal Kombat on a Tuesday, typically for the invitationals, maybe walk away with $250. A lot of these players, they're competitive, they're tournament players, they're probably putting that time into the game anyway. So it's just a way of getting paid and getting some money for doing what you would do with the time regardless. And in this ever-growing climate of online tournaments, especially in the NetherRealm community, where we have so much community TOs and contributors that are holding exhibitions and straight up tournament series, there are always so many going on, especially in North America, to just have prizes to play for, money to play for. Now pro competition has started as well. It's a good time to be a competitive NetherRealm player in a time where being a competitive fighting game player in general is kind of a question mark right now.
It is. I am listening to you. I'm just trying to sit here and acknowledge and be part of this conversation.
Funny, isn't it?
He's trying to eat my trousers, actually, at the moment, but he's gone now. He's gone for a lay down. He's done acting up and being naughty. So
he's all tuckered out by eating your trousers.
Now he's chilling out on the floor. But
you just turn down after 4 hours of commentary and you've just got massive holes in your socks. So how'd that happen? And then there he is.
Well, he's already done that, actually. I
don't doubt
it. My pajama bottoms have a fair few holes in them. He tries to groom, right? He tries to, because he loves you. He tries to the same way they kind of get things out of each other's fluff or whatever. He kind of does that with your trousers, but he puts holes in it. He doesn't realize that. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens. These jeans I'm wearing right now. But he's a lovely boy, and I love him very much. But I tell you what we're doing. We're currently waiting for our lobby to get remade, I assume is what's happening right now. Thank you all very much for being patient. Just to give everyone an update, currently 1-1 between the two players. So Tweedy was able to just get that win on the board. It was a dominant game 1 for breaking. And then Tweedy able to kind of just bring that Tweedy effect into the next game. There was that kind of comeback that was made, the fatal blow to pull him in as he was better. I think pull off the clutch in round 1, didn't quite manage to. all fell apart from there. But early days.
So
in the set still.
just a quick update, everyone watching so far, just so you can see why we do have this downtime. It does appear that Breaking is having some issues getting into the lobby. So admins are doing their best to getting the lobby remade so the set can continue. We do apologize for the delay. Thank you very much again for being patient. Of course, this is winners finals. We are getting quite far into the bracket now. So we do want to make sure that we can resume the set as much as possible. So, again, we do thank you very much for waiting. But, like we've just said, this is the monthly finals. There's more prize money on the line than usual. We definitely are going to make sure we do everything we can to get the players back in so the set can continue. And as far as we know, Breaking is now, as we speak, rejoining the session. So it should only be a few moments more. So thank you again for waiting. We'll hopefully be able to continue this very soon. As we are one game apiece now, Breaking did take the first game in quite dominant fashion, I will say, as well. Especially after the first round where he was able to really kind of like snatch it back from the jaws of death, it seemed. Second game, though, to tie things up to 1-1, not quite the same. Tweedy definitely kind of steamrolled through and returned the favor. So as soon as we do resume this match, we'll no doubt be going right back into the thick of it at one game apiece in this best-of-5 set. Winner does, of course, go through the grand finals on the winner's side, where they secure themselves at least second place, where they'll be winning at least $300. But it's not enough, right? They want to get that first. They want to get that 400 and get that first place prize. The first monthly finals of 2021. So, first monthly final winner of the year. Not too bad.
Not a bad way to start the year, is it? But it should be, apparently, we should even be going straight back into game. So don't worry, everyone. It's not that common misconception that production's just waiting for the commentators to finish their chit-chat. We're just waiting for the lobby.
About? Of course they're waiting for us. We haven't finished our conversation yet.
I just want Ryan to talk about his rabbit some more.
Keep
and
the
then
game
we'll
on hold. Keep the game on hold. Yeah, don't bring it back yet. Don't bring it.
We
back.
need to know what the rabbit had for breakfast, and then we can go to the game. But I'll tell you what we're going to do in the meantime. We're going to talk about the fact that it's 1-1 between Tweedy and Breaking, which is already a great start because Breaking, this has been his day so far. He defeated Cacoy, and then he defeated Biohazard. And he got a convincing game 1 on Tweedy, which has already, I think, given him what I would consider his strongest performance in Open Series history. He's not just an Open Series player. Again, to remind everyone, in the PS4 tournaments, there's also the Pro competition. And Liga Latina is something that Breaking is doing very well in, actually. I've seen him in a fair few top 3 finishes and stuff like that, which is it makes me very proud to see the growth of these kind of players.
I mean, growth is the word, and Breaking is the
entire Mexican scene, man. The Mexican Mortal Kombat scene is has some serious talent, and the Open Series lets them demonstrate that just in time for Liga Latina,
I mean, Pro competition has just been a lot of fun so far. I think it's definitely. I'm definitely happy that Pro competition has been able to just take place in general. I think it's been great that because Pro competition was such fun last year. It was a really good kind of debut year for the game. It was such a great year for kind of learning the game together as a community. The game obviously changed quite a lot. Excuse me. Obviously changed quite a lot through the year, and with various patches, DLC was rampant the whole time. The first launch of Shang and the other characters that followed through to now, it really does. It barely even feels like the same game. Well, I feel like from a gameplay perspective, very little of the core mechanics have made any adjustments. It's mainly characters being added. Obviously now custom variations being the norm. It really has just been a really good demonstration of what MK11 is kind of turning into, I suppose. You are just feeding him on camera.
I did a little bit. I can't turn the camera downwards. I don't want to lift him up too much because he's vibing. But I just gave him some treats, healthy treats.
Right. So as you may have guessed, Breaking is unfortunately having continued problems. But we will. Oh, okay. Speak too soon. Breaking is finally back. So rejoice. We return and we can finish off this winners finals. Thank you very much for your patience. We do really appreciate it. We did want this match to resume just as much as all of you, so rest assured, admins did make sure they did it as quickly as possible. So fingers crossed that is the end of it, and Breaking has no more errors. Of course, it goes without saying, but should a player disconnect in the middle of gameplay, the match is awarded to the opponent. So luckily for Breaking, it happened in a menu and not when the game had already started. So we do hope that doesn't happen again, because if it does in gameplay, then no doubt the game will have to go to Tweedy. Oh my goodness. That long of a delay, and Breaking is instantly ready for a standing one out the air against Gira's jump kick. If that's not ready, I don't know what is.
Ooh, but there's the immediate block and punish on the flying kick, though. thank you again, everyone, for your patience. We appreciate you sticking with us while this got sorted out, but we should be, all things considered, back in and good to go. So to remind you, 1-1. This is winners finals. This is for grand finals. Winners side, ultimate comfort zone. Now breaking, starting things off by, we spend those bicycle kicks. We want that KB later on. Ooh, nice punish though.
We talk about how much of a big deal it is. Oh, and again, the wake-up buttons. How much of a big deal it is for Liu Kang to kind of go into the later rounds as stacked as possible. And a huge part of that is the crushing blow, preparedness. Ooh, the challenge of the plus frames. Now, Tweedy always looking to hit confirm that body splash. He can pretty much kill at 1 bar at this health if he gets one, but it's that fatal blow I'm looking at.
On both sides now, that back-to-back down 1. Scary business against Liu Kang. The anti-air that's not coming out. Oh my good lord, the patience, but he gets back broken. Oh, breaking. He blocked for his life and then just
breaking was just. I wonder what he was waiting for though, because it felt like he kind of just froze up. Like he was just infinitely just blocking, jumping after jumping times 10, and just at no point. Like he must have been looking for something so specific that never came. Oh, there it is.
Always able to fight back. Remember, 2 bicycle kicks were already spent, so this is an opportunity to absolutely. There we go, the 3rd one. And now, should he need that extra damage payout right at the end, he's got it ready to go.
Breaking has also been really good at defending the general, just like strike throw game. Normally such a big part of Tweedy's game plan, but he hasn't really been able to do it in this game. Again, you have to be so careful ever whipping a throw of any kind against Liu Kang, right? That down 2 crushing blow out of nowhere, the forward 4 option, so much damage. And bicycle kick just to add on top as well. Yep, always just staggering buttons into buttons, and that's the round. Speaking of crushing blows, that's going to be an impactful one right there. And in true Liu Kang fashion, still got the counter hit, still got down 2, still got throw, still got fatal blow, and it's merely 1 piece used. Plenty more where that came from. Now here we go. Now Tweedy is letting things fly on the throws a bit more this time. Oh, hello, but a really high up too.
I think that's a good read though, because Tweedy has been meatying, kind of like going for trying to go for a meaty body splash on a lot of these wake ups. So the up 2 was not a terrible idea.
Now
break.
Tweedy, that's going to even out.
And then some. Oh, and then some.
That was so dangerous.
There's the punish. Back-to-back down 1. Tweedy, he's swinging. He's enforcing it. There's the grab, though. Hang on. Right, what's the play?
Tweedy is in trouble, but that is a crucial quicksand. Because now...
Oh my good God.
So, and that was escape fail, too. Tweedy even tried to attack. He just did not get the right direction. And breaking with a close-fought match. It's going to be going up 2-1 in winners finals. But that was a close one. I don't think we're down yet. I don't think we're quite close to the end of this. I do predict we could definitely get a game 5. It's looking like we're going in that direction. But if breaking ends up being grand finals winners side, that is going to be the result of his open series, honestly. Considering how long breaking has been competing in these and how far he's gotten. Like in 2021, his highest placement is 5th, but we know he's gotten further than that before Ultimate. So like MK11 Ultimate just hasn't really been blending with him in an open series sense. But I think that's kind of half that and half the fact that so many just dangerous opponents are now, you know, consistently entering. But in order for him to kind of, you know, really remake his mark on open series, now Ultimate is the thing. We've got customs to do so with a grand final placement over Tweedy, over Biohazard, over El Cacoy. Unjust already in losers. Like this is like the best possible result for him if he can close out the set. Because obviously I don't want to speak too soon. Tweedy is by no means out of this, but I've been breaking. He's close to his best ever result. I don't remember the last time he got grand finals. Has he ever been grand finals before?
I would need to go through a whole bunch of previous results, but I think a winner's side would be a different story. Oh yeah, he's been here for a long time. He's one of our first players in open series broadcasts.
Yeah, I know he's not been grand finals winner's side at least, so that will at least be a first.
But here we go now, breaking. Now he is kind of falling just victim right now to the Tweedy Geras effect. Yeah, that grab button. grab into button, I mean, not the grab button, which I guess is still technically true, but you know what I mean. Here we go, body splash. Oh, the Cacoy staggers it. The neutral duck already. Breaking's just prepared. And the catch.
But that's actually, I feel like that's a big reason as to why we haven't seen as many grabs from Tweedy, because it feels like almost every time he actually does one, Breaking's ready. Oh, there it is. He's been looking for that the whole day. Yeah, of course, break away from that. That would be a 2-bar combo off a standing 4 opener. That would have been damage for sure. But fatal blow now. Both players have to be careful. One touch. Good fuzzy.
Oh, the delay, 1, 2, 3. He wants the fatal blow so bad right here. Mindful of flawless blocks,
the walk up
potentially.
first, make it look like you're going to go for a grab. And last minute, change your mind. Ooh, that was so close. On breaking, he let the whole thing go. Yeah, breaking definitely tried to salvage something there, but just a full string whiff, nowhere near connecting. Tweedy gets a full whiff punish. But breaking had the right idea there. Really high up jump kick into attempt to catch it, but the micro duck. Now we definitely have the KB for the bicycle kick now.
That micro ducks.
But breaking actually holding the bicycle kick twice. Really wanting to go into round 3, locked and loaded. Counter hit. Okay, that's the round.
For sure. And now it's going to be a match point for breaking. Him getting grand finals would be an absolutely unexpected result. Winner's side. I mean, you know, with all due respect for sure, breaking, he has been a player that has displayed such growth, but I with this bracket, would never have pinned him as the winner's side grand finalists. What a result this would be if he can pull it off.
Oh, hang on.
The parry.
And that's the... Oh, wait. No, bicycle kick again. He's saving it. Next hit for sure. But there's the counter hit confirmed.
All right,
Tweedy.
say goodbye to 40%.
He's still paying attention. No, he expects the breakaway. Breaking, aptly named, does not do it. Now, bicycle kick is going to get him down into fatal blow territory, but it will give him such a life lead. Now, do you chip him down to instant KB kill territory, or... What do you do?
It might not even need to be his choice at the moment. Wait a minute, whiff sand traps. Gotta watch out. Whiffs too many of those. Speaking of whiffs! Uh-oh. Does he break or not break? Oh my god.
That's it. Breaking with the micro duck to end all micro ducks. Tweedy attempted the big brain armor break, but breaking did not bite at all into an instant micro duck. Fatal blow. Breaking seals the deal, and winner's side grand finals is going to be his reward. And this is a historic day for breaking, I think.
Yes,
breaking
it is.
has been in the open series so many times. I have lost count of the amount of top 8s this man has placed in. And this is the furthest we've ever seen him get on the winner's side of grand finals, over El Cacoy, over Biohazard, and now over Tweedy as well. That is a result you know he is going to be chuffed with. Absolutely over the moon, and well earned. My goodness. This is definitely not what I would have expected either. Like, this has been such a good day for breaking. I mean, we really don't want to repeat ourselves, but he's such a regular in the top 8, but it always seems like he gets only so far before inevitably dropping down, whether it's Ice Scorpion, whether it's Bio, whether it's Mighty Unjust.
I mean, let me remind you, with this
players.
bracket as well, I look at this bracket and I would not... This is one of the most stacked top 8s that we've had in Open Series, and I would not have predicted a winner's side grand finals for breaking because of just how many people were in this that have won before and just absolute insane world-class talent. And here is breaking, proving that he is absolutely well among those ranks.
Here's the crazy thing though, right? Here's the crazy thing. We have to remember that in the, going into the 9th month, I don't even know how many weeks it's been. It's been almost 40, I think, like close to 40 tournaments.
Many
for
weeks.
Open Series. There's been at least 40 stream tournaments, I would say, by now. Maybe if not 40, close to 40. High 30s. But let's round it off to 40. In about 40 cups, North America has only had a few winners. It's had Mighty Unjust, Ice Scorpion, Biohazard, Sunio, and Titanium Tigers. Only 5 people have won an Open Series in North America in almost 40 attempts, because of just a lot of the same players are the ones that will win. You know, Mighty Unjust has won more than I can count. Ice Scorpion has won a few. Bio's won. Sunio's won. Tigers has won. He won his debut week. Is this going to be the first week in a long time that we finally see someone else add their name to that kind of like hall of winners for North America? Oh, and oh my goodness, and quite appropriately, as we go into our losers semi, which is going to be Mighty Unjust versus Biohazard, the run back again, we are quite appropriately split right down the middle, a clean 50-50 split in chat. And to be honest, I'm not surprised. I think this has really continued to be the most unpredictable match. I think Unjust has definitely won most of the time, but I mean, Bio beat him today with a reverse 3-0 on a crazy comeback. Like, I mean, what can we say that we haven't said a billion times? Expect the unexpected. Sub-Zero and Kano of varying degrees. Maybe we see a Baraka come through. Maybe we see a couple of variations from Unjust. That's about it. We kind of know what to expect. We saw the Kotal Khan attempted on Tuesday, as well as the Nightwolf, but it really seems like this is a Kano day for Bio, and I'm not surprised.
But the Kano's been working out for him, you know. It's been his most successful character today, for sure, being able to pull it off against Unjust. He has actually double eliminated Mighty Unjust in the past, so it would be insane if he can do it again. They trade, but the corner pressure belongs to Kano. Ooh, and so does the punish, apparently. And now Bio. Oh my god, the backup, and still managing to find an opening there. Oh, drops the back
Tries
one.
to go for the high damage restand, but missed it. And that's the kind of opening you do not want to give Unjust, though.
Yeah, because now he's just going to mix you back.
Yeah, that's the problem. We talk a lot about how Bio can blend with this character, but this is still Sub-Zero he's fighting. Good block. And that's going to be death. Yep. Keeping it nice and simple. Round going to Bio. Now, on the winner's side, they played in round 1 today, in fact. It was the first round they had to play each. And Unjust did go up 2-0 quite dominantly, but Bio just made this crazy just blender of a comeback. Largely,
here we go again.
Kano balls on block where you would normally command grab. Like, it was very risky. And that right there, Unjust already blocking. The first time I think we've seen in a long time, not option selecting the standing 2 string. I think accepting that Kano ball is now an option he has to respect.
Definitely looking for a counter hit right there. Crushing blow in the mind. As we go into this variation, the meaty jump kick, the down 1 tick. One more of those and he's going to be in business for game 1. Oh, the pickup.
Nice
Unjust. Drops the slide though. Okay, a rapid game 1 for the Canadian. I mean, that's a great start right there.
That's definitely what you want if you're Bio. The fact that he had to make a full 3-game comeback in winner's side, I mean, that is some stress you could really do without. So if you can start the set with a win, you're not going to put yourself quite in the same situation again. Now, what I want to know is, so Mighty Unjust has definitely not been one to shy away from picking other characters against loads of players, but against Biohazard, Sub-Zero has been his go-to for the longest time. Like, he hasn't felt the need to pick away from it against Bio. Like, you know, we've seen him try other characters over time, but you know, Sub-Zero is where he always ends up. So I do wonder if we're actually going to see Unjust try swapping away again, or if we are just going to see him stick it out with the sub. I definitely don't think he has any reason to change. I think his track record with Sub-Zero against Bio has been really good. It's just Kano is a very guessing games heavy character, and Bio enforces those guessing games better than anyone. So you're definitely going to be playing the Bio matchup by now if you're Unjust, and you're going to be aware of it.
But the deep freeze and creeping ice staying this time.
Ooh,
and a lovely jump back.
back.
Yeah, good call out there. This Vegemite seems to really change the whole game. There we go, punish again.
Case in point, yeah. Deep freeze, losing out. Not every day you see that happen.
Oh. Unjust with the standing 3. Not particularly convinced that was intentional, but again, there's that back one for Bio. So watch out now, because we're getting that extra damage. Oh, the double hit.
Oh no, Kano getting interrupted by wake-up buttons.
5 decision.
Oh dear, Mighty Unjust looking good though.
Oh, no forward 4 for you, sir. Another clean out in the air, the back one. Bio needs to be a little bit careful with the approach, perhaps. Never mind, he's in now. Ooh, the 1-2 buffer. push back, but this time the dash up grab. Mighty Unjust, an opportunity to make things 1-1, very close to it, and now Bio has a break available, but no opportunity. And
that was a cheeky reset though from Unjust, ending it way earlier than anyone would ever expect off the jump in just to get the slide KB. That was a juicy reset, to be sure, and that's going to tie things up. I mean, this is always going to be a very aggressive set, I think. I think just even taking into account, like, away from the matchup of Bio and Unjust, like, just Kano and Sub-Zero. Like, Kano, when played optimally, is going to have the command grab the vast majority of the time, right? So, Kano command grab is by itself quite a blender. But then you take Sub-Zero against it, and then you throw the deep freeze and the overhead. And as long as you can combo from the overhead, Sub-Zero is going to have that effect. It's just such a stressful matchup. But Bio actually, making the change. So this is interesting because Bio made a full 3-game comeback with Kano in the winner's side to be able to get in the situation in the first place. But now going to this Nightwolf. Now this has, by Bio's words, his general go-to against Sub-Zero. Like he likes Nightwolf against the character. But the problem with picking Nightwolf is that he leaves himself open to kind of swapping away. If Unjust loses, he can go like Cetrion or something like that, and it's a problem. But do we see that here? Do wonder.
Now the Nightwolf, there's going to be a little bit more, I think, development from this, because if he beats this Sub-Zero variation, there's a good chance Unjust will change to the other one. However, looking for a pickup, not quite sure about it picking up maybe. Here we go now. Bio weapons. Oh, all right, we're going straight back into the corner right here. Oh, that back one. His use of the back one has been so good this whole set. Bio has to be very careful. Oh, dash in, command grab.
Yeah, that was like max range, I think. Good block. Can't really punish though.
Can't really do anything, but the Tomahawk should actually still be there. Yes, they are. Oh, hello. Overhead. Oh, that was so good. Almost looking, I think he was probably looking for the armor break there, as it was the down one. Recall, catching him off guard again, but it comes out late.
Definitely quite a questionable round from both players. We're seeing some weird drops. Oh, no. Oh, no. Unjust dedicating to the low into Iceball and Bio pressing something.
That was a really messy round.
I mean, it just got to that point that everything started to drop and both players were trying to salvage it and they just weren't quite able to. Unjust definitely able to make the best of it. That's going to be an easy reflect. Oh, Bio getting a bit eager there.
Uh-oh, he's getting mixed now. Unjust, looking for revenge, I think. I actually like the fact that he does jump into raw slide. That's going to massively throw off your breakaway timing. And now full combo, we cash out. And then one more sequence.
Now Bio's blocks in the overhead have been really good, but he just can't get anything for them. Big anti-air. He even tried to command grab. He tried to armor break that. And that was it again. Mighty Unjust. Still waiting it out. And oh, hello, brutality. Do you reckon that was a genuine no block brutality or the shortcut?
I mean, if it's Sub-Zero, it would have been just normal brutality. Because he can freeze you and just do it, can't he?
Yeah, any character that can stun you can, like, I think it's like holds down and stance change, and it lets you go for the uppercut brutal without actually, like, not blocking. You know, before friendships were a thing, even without easy fatality tokens coming into a way, that was kind of the game's babality at launch.
Yes, it was.
The uppercut brutal, because it's default, it's universal. Every character has it, and the only requirement to doing it on paper is don't block in the winning round, and that is basically a babality. So it's a shame there's a way of bypassing it, because it could normally be a way for us to see it and go, oh, he wasn't blocking. Oh, he won without blocking. But because, you can shortcut it, it's not quite as impressive as it should be.
And he's gone back to the Kano here. The same variation he's rocked all day with Kano, the Vegemite, and then his shell, which is lumbar check and manhandled. Very rare seeing Biohazard without those moves. But here we go. See if he's going to be able to pull this off. Did a reverse sweep with Kano last time, but Unjust getting that kind of first blood, already. Already in with the command grabs. The air to air. Get back down here. Oh, wow. Dashing down one. Vegemite buff still active for now, but for how long? No, he ran out.
He definitely thought he still had it. Oh, but a punish with the wake up. I like that.
Not expecting this amount of jump outs, I don't think.
Yeah, Unjust definitely thought that was going to chase it down, I think, that back three. The way he committed instantly.
Round 2, fight.
Oh, all right. We're starting to reach that layer, you know, the layer we were at last time. Vegemite into command grab. Oh. Trying to punish the roll, not quite. All right, there's the confirm. So good that even he gets off that forward one string. Oh, deep freeze.
Oh, that's like a max range overhead. Oh, the interruption. And again. Sub with that 6 frame down one. Such a good challenging tool. That's going to be, 1, 2, 4. Yeah, there it is. Not enough to kill, but Bio's got no defensive bar. One good meaty, yep. Or a down one trade. That will also do the trick. Okay, this is going to be match point for Unjust. Corner control as well.
Oh dear, just run up, forward 2.
Really not a good start for Bio.
Yeah, the 124 KB's already been used, but it doesn't really matter when you've still got back to the corner against Sub-Zero, not where you want to be. And now this could be the final moments. Oh dear, whiffs it and Bio. Will he have a chance to break? Is it worth the break? No, not at all. Oh no, dear, now there's no choice. No choice.
Oh no, drop combo. Ah, it can't unbreakable, right? Yeah, he resets. Unjust knew if he went for the ice slide, amplify, would have got the breakaway and wouldn't have got the kill. So chose to go for an early reset into creeping ice instead. That was just good management of the life, honestly. And that is going to be a win for Mighty Unjust. Definitely going to be disappointed for Biohazard. You know, he's definitely not going to be too happy with how today went. To get that, you know, I don't want to say miraculous because it makes it sound really unexpected, but to get that full turnaround versus Unjust, an opponent that has had his number in Open Series for a while, in winner's side, to get that full reverse comeback with that 3 games, only to lose then to breaking straight away. In a game 5, no less, too. It's still another really close game. To then, you know, lose the run back to Unjust. You know, Bio's definitely not going to be happy with that one. But, you know, it is the way it is in Open Series. And when you have players this caliber, Mighty Unjust, you know, even though he did have a rough start today, he's still the reigning champ. You know, he is still our #1 player to beat. He was able to beat El Cacoy and loses round 1. And then we saw him beat Tigers as well. We didn't see it, but he beat Tigers off stream. And now Biohazard. It does look like Unjust is starting a little bit of a warpath of his own in this loser's bracket. And now his next opponent in the way is Tweedy, which has been our grand finals for the last 2 Open Series back-to-back. Now it's going to be the losers finals of our monthly final. So definitely quite the turnaround on that.
And this has been, like, we've said this so many times, this matchup, Tweedy and Mighty Unjust, has been the grand finals for the past 2 weeks. And now here we are in losers finals with the exact same matchup, with Breaking lying in wait with the ultimate comfort zone. There are so many variables for how this can go now, because we have the potential of Tweedy defeating Unjust here, getting into grand finals, but then Breaking having the comfort zone of winners, maybe getting an actual, like, proper tournament win here in the Open Series. I'd be very happy for him if he can get that. But if Unjust beats Tweedy, by the way, the people vote for what has become a tiebreaker, 50-50. Maybe we have to see Sub-Zero because of that, although I'm pretty sure we'll see Jackie. I think of, like, if Unjust wins this and goes into grand finals, Unjust has historically had Breaking's number in Open Series, which, even though he's on the loser side, gives him, I think, quite the advantage to be yet another winner. But he's going to have to work harder now than arguably he has in any Open Series, because he's in loser's bracket. He's got to fight Tweedy first, and then he's got Breaking, who has the comfort of winner's side. So there's a lot of potential here, I think, and I'm really excited. Really excited for it.
So 2 of the 3 remaining players are yet to win an open series in general, you know? So I think, given the fact that the mighty Unjust has always been a player we can't count out, you know, he is undefeated for so long now. Like, I guess not undefeated, that's not the right word, because he has definitely lost before, but he's had such a win streak, I think, is much fairer to say in open series. Across the board, over the time, he's won, you know, almost 30, or over, actually, I think he has officially won over 30 tournaments now. Even here in losers finals, I do still feel like, you know, the money has to be bet on him, you know, if you're a betting man, because the results are there. However, Tweedy hasn't won an open series yet. Breaking hasn't won an open series yet and has been here almost more than anyone else. Like, there's still so much potential. If Unjust loses this, we're guaranteed a new winner. But whoever wins this has to reset the bracket in grand finals. So if Tweedy's doing that, he's then got to basically make up for what happened in winners finals. And if Unjust does it, he has a better track record against Breaking. But you know what? So did Bio. And Bio still fell to him. So I definitely don't think it's quite as clear cut as we would normally think.
And the losers finals begin. We're going to find out who's going to be fighting Breaking in grand finals. But there's the one thing about this kind of matchup. If there's someone that you know is going to be comfortable fighting Jackie, surely it's got to be Tweedy. And he has shown that a couple of weeks. You know, there's always close exchange, game 5s.
No sweat.
But this is definitely the matchup we're expecting. This has kind of typically been the go-to between Tweedy and Unjust. There's Jackie, upgraded plus.
Ooh. Oh, this is such a back and forth in this matchup, though, because Geras, both characters hit really, really hard, but Geras versus any 950 health character, and it kind of just hits a little bit differently, to be honest with you. The splash.
Huge. And there's the mid. Okay, Unjust looking good in this first round. I mean, it's been a really weird kind of, I would say, back and forth between Unjust and Tweedy, where in winners finals, Tweedy tends to win really convincing, but then Unjust will bring it back in grand finals, right? But this is like, you don't have that double elimination element here. This is just losers. This is that first 3 or 5 of the day for them, you know, against each other. So how does it go from here? Because if it was any other week, this normally would favor Tweedy, because Tweedy would normally do the best in the first time they fight in the day, and then it's the run back that Unjust wins.
No run backs when you're in losers bracket. Ooh. The jump back just in case, trying to make some kind of call out.
Oh, hello.
The
Does
jump
that kill?
failed
She's
though.
950.
She's 950, so I'm gonna expect the unexpected, to be honest.
Not
quite a percent. 1% in it.
Okay,
Lovely
good
tech. Last breath.
Oh, that was clutch. That was so clutch.
Yes, it was.
Final round. Fight.
Okay, there it is. The double amp into the button, though.
You just need to show it so much respect, though. Like the double amp, and it's tricky to interrupt. And it's totally different now. The grenade launcher's a thing.
Well, it's like we say, right? You know, when we mentioned that Tweedy is so unlikely to be caught out by what we haven't normally seen, this is kind of a great example of that. Because right there, he's keeping an eye on your bar. When Unjust doesn't have bar to amp, it's a free anti-air. And that's when he typically goes for the button, and that's what we're seeing right here. Fast frames. Ooh, Unjust tried to challenge. Now Tweedy, okay, game on the board. 1-0 advantage now. Hey, and there it is. That one's so gross, but kind of cool. In a Mortal Kombat kind of way. And
now
Tweedy.
I'm thinking, losers finals. I'm trying to think. I don't want to sound really negative here. I don't mean it in this way, but what is the lowest Mighty Unjust has placed in open series before? Is it third?
I think it's third. I don't know if I can say that to a certainty, but I feel like it's third.
Me too. I feel like it's third as well. But we'd have to go back and check the tapes. because there's been a lot of tournaments. My point is
the
that
lowest
it's very
he's
strange.
placed for a long time is second.
Yeah,
like, and I mean a long time.
It's going to be so weird seeing the potential of Unjust not being in grand finals. We've just reached that point, you know. It was such an insane week with so many insane players. Bio able to take him out in winners with the reverse sweep with Kano. Everyone in losers giving him really everything they've got. Tweedy, like you said, they fight an open series. Historically, Tweedy has won the first set, and it's the run back that Unjust wins. But they're clashing today for the first time in losers bracket. That wiggle room for the run back to even take place is gone. So we'll see if Tweedy gets this win now.
It has been a weird dynamic though, right? Because it's been like the last 2 weeks of open series combat where Tweedy is basically just, and I don't want to say destroyed in winners finals, but it's not been particularly close. And in grand finals, Unjust makes the full run back. Can't do that if you've only got the one set in losers bracket to play.
Well, we're going to turn around with the grease kick anyway. Tweedy's not going to break away. Makes the good read that we're just going to see the plasma anyway. On the floor, save that meter. Lovely trip guard, though. Punishing those landed frames. And now this is just kind of typical Jackie, right? The dashing grab, the short hop, cheeky mix-up, and very much a situation that Tweedy is not going to survive at all.
Round 2, fight.
And there it is again, Tweedy. Not afraid to let that full thing go. That forward 3-2, you see it on whiff. It's that kind of good buffer where forward 3 into back forward 2. If nothing connects, you will just get the forward 3-2 on whiff. It's such a good buffer option. I do like the way Tweedy just uses that standing 3 on block. It just has a really good amount of pushback to it.
Ooh.
Oh, yep.
Ready for that. And now the short hop's coming out for another time. We're starting to see a lot more short hops these days. Full combo for my Unjust, though. Coming in.
Oh, in trouble. Yep, tries to just let go of the fatal blow. Tweedy kind of in between a rock and a hard place there. With grenade launcher fire behind him, I couldn't quite tell if he was in range to be taking damage to it. But I think like the more he got knocked back, the more he would kind of take a tick of it here and there. But definitely difficult to deal with. And that's going to be one game in piece. I mean, we could have some really... We're very close to the end of the day, but we could definitely have a couple of close matches left on our hands. Tweedy and Unjust, winner fights breaking in grand finals. I really don't know what to make of this.
And even that grand finals is potential for reset. Strong potential for reset.
I mean, but at the same time, is there? Because breaking has just been looking so good.
I tell you, I strongly think that depends on which of these two players makes it into grand finals. If Tweedy makes it in, then I would be like, okay, breaking could have this. Definitely could have this. But if Unjust is the winner here, again, he's had breaking's number for months.
But that is the most important thing, though, right? It's not that we think that Tweedy is not as good as Unjust. It's that we've seen Unjust versus breaking countless times, and Unjust is the ever-present obstacle that breaking just struggles to deal with, no matter what.
That's the only thing I'm referring to here. I don't want to downplay either two players, because there's a reason when I saw Tweedy going into open series, I'm like, oh my god, things are about to get super competitive, because Tweedy's one of the best players in the world. Back-to-back down ones. Gearus with the super fast one. Gets away with it a bit more than others, I think.
6 frame, not that minus, long range.
Slam.
Definitely one of the more irritating down ones in the game.
Oh, they both short hop. Jackie's a little bit superior in that exchange. Stand trap doing 14%. It's such a strength. By the way, punishing those landing frames again. Nice little trip. Oh, and we still pick it
there
up.
it is. That's
He's done.
300 for an anti-air uppercut. Ouch.
Scare the birds away.
Round 2, fight.
There's that side switch. Staggers again. A lot of defense here from Tweedy, who's not going for a lot of regular grabs at the moment. And the second he does, there's a tech. So, oh, that one. Escape failed. Gave it a good go. It's when Tweedy does that grab into grab. It's such a Tweedy sequence. By the way, also Tweedy sequence up 2 and really big damage. You're not used to seeing 40% for an up 2, are you?
Yeah, definitely kind of catches you off guard because so much of that damage is the crushing blow as well. Ugh. It's like you see the health bar like slowly going down with each hit of the combo, and then bam, crushing blow, 2/3 of it extend, and Tweedy now looking very solid. I feel like in the shorter, snappier sets, that's where Tweedy really thrives. I feel like that really is just such a really comfortable environment for him. Because it is those like longer sets in grand finals that Unjust has been able to win, but the shorter ones before the day, not quite the same. And this is definitely one of those. Now I have to remember, this is monthly finals territory, so third and second, there's $100 difference. Third place, 200. Second place, 300. So there's $100 in this match. And Unjust actually looks like he might be contemplating. No, okay, never mind. Saw him going across a few characters. Wasn't sure if he was considering something else.
When it comes to Mighty Unjust, you never know. He doesn't tend to play as many characters as he used to. I know there was a time in Open Series where Mighty Unjust was... he may as well have random selected at some points, but...
Yeah, that was like early dominant Unjust, where he just had this next level of confidence. He could like pick any character and make it work pretty much. He just... You could see that he was just that much above the rest of the players. That was a long time ago now, though. People have definitely caught up.
Oh, yeah. That's actually the exact term I was going to use. There's been so much catching up from all these players. And the Open Series alone has just crafted so many. And as we go into what could be the last match here between Tweedy and Mighty Unjust, remember, everyone, whoever wins this match, this series, will fight breaking in grand finals. And so far, Tweedy... already swinging, plus frames. Again, challenged. 2 times now, Unjust has done that, but there's the anti-air breakaway, but the 1-1-1.
That's why, no, Tweedy, he's so good at recognizing how much bar you've got. Because if a Jackie player is using the air shrapnel and amplifies it, and then goes for a normal button, without the threat of another amp, you may as well anti-air. Because if you try an anti-air when she's got no bar, the worst you'll eat is a raw grenade. And that's... the damage is nothing compared to the anti-air.
Hang on a minute, Tweedy.
Yeah, Tweedy, match point. Looking good.
Shouts to one of the best Mortal Kombat stages of all time in the background.
For me, it's the church. Oh wait, no, we're looking at the same feed. So it's the
we've got the same feed, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
Here we go. Oh, we're cashing out.
Tweedy, very close.
Oh,
very close to putting a stop to this current win streak that Unjust has been building. So many weeks in the making, and Tweedy less than a half life bar away from putting a stop to it in the monthly final.
Unjust needs to make this rushdown count. Not a lot of opportunities left, and he's not doing too many of the shrapnel blasts now. He's trying to jail some jump-ins. He's trying to be a bit more unpredictable. These mids, hard read though made by Tweedy, whether it was a duck attempt, whether it was a flawless block, who knows. What we do know is that he eats it. And now, hang on. The pressure. The pressure.
I mean, Tweedy's got a fatal blow though.
Oh!
And that's what it boils down to. Unjust manages to find it. That was looking like it was completely escaping him, but he managed to find a way in.
Oh my god, that's a good start.
That's like almost half-life for Jackie. Rip.
Another full combo though. It looks like Unjust was looking to even things out, but before the breakaway was used, down 1. And now Tweedy. Oh my god.
Unjust, and that was before the breakaway came back.
He broke. Oh, he's done.
That's it.
3 hard reads.
Goodness.
3 hard reads, and Tweedy's able to get that win. Fatality? My man, he doesn't friendship. He really doesn't. He'd rather peel you.
Geras has no friends, only enemies.
Peel. Like an orange.
Fatality.
How do you peel an orange?
Like that.
Damn, I guess that answers my question. And that's it. That is the win streak that Unjust has been working on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Put to an end by Tweedy, the eternal obstacle that is newly into the Open Series. I want to remind those of you watching as well, Tweedy's only been playing the Open Series for about 3 or 4 weeks. And I say only 3 and 4 weeks. Might not sound like a short amount of time, but we're going into 9 months of these. So that's very new by Open Series standards. And he's going to finally put a stop to the Mighty Unjust being able to really get that win over him. As we've seen, the last 2 weeks at least, they have fought out in winners finals, where Tweedy has pretty much won in quite actually almost fashion like we just saw there. And then they'll fight again in grand finals, and that's where Unjust was able to make the turnaround. 2 weeks in a row we saw that exact thing happen. And today, not the case. They fight in losers only, losers finals, and Tweedy is able to get that first set between them of the day in good fashion. This time, no grand finals on the other side for both of them. Unjust is eliminated at third, and Tweedy is going to be advancing through to grand finals on the loser side, where he will get that run back against Breaking, who sent him to the losers bracket in the first place. And that was a good set from Tweedy. I really do like the way that Tweedy plays in this game. He just has a really, I would say, just consistent way of looking at it. You know, like no fuss, nothing too complicated, just sticks to what he knows, sticks to what works specifically for Geras as well. And the results speak for themselves. Grand finals incoming.
Breaking and Tweedy, with Breaking on the winner's side. He has to win this 3 out of 5 and that's it. If Tweedy wins this 3 out of 5, we'll reset and go again. So Breaking, significantly less work to do, but it is his reward, basically, for being the most dominant player of the day. And, I mean, as soon as we can jump into this match, I want to see how it unfolds, because it's been an interesting month of January, because Unjust winning every week, but having to work, you know, fight tooth and nail for it, falls short right before grand finals this time. Tweedy finally getting that one-up in effect, and now Breaking on the verge of getting as well. I gotta say, I'm kind of back in Breaking here. I'd love to have North America feature a new champion yet again, because it's been a long time since I've had a new one.
I mean, we're guaranteed to get a new champion. That's the best thing about this grand finals, is that is 100% happening. For the longest time, the list of players has been Unjust, Ice Scorpion, Biohazard, Sunio, and Titanium Tigers. 5 winners across, I mean, near enough 40 shows. And now we're finally going to get another name added to that. And Twitch, or, you know, chat in general, I actually don't know if this poll is across both, but chat in general, 54% for Tweedy, so pretty evenly split, to be honest. I can hear metal clanging. Is he misbehaving?
He's trying to get under the bed, but he can't.
He is trying to escape.
His water bottle. He's trying to escape, but is unable to. It means I see some people say, like, why is ketchup in a cage? This, like, stuff on the outside, it's so that he doesn't go and eat all my stuff. I don't want him eating that.
It's for his own good.
Machine behind us.
Don't want to be chomping no electric cables. He'll get a buzz that he doesn't need.
No, he won't. No, none of that. Nothing like that. It's just I just don't want him to damage.
I don't own bunnies, so I don't know.
I just don't want him to damage.
Seen too much Looney Tunes.
I just don't want him to damage all of my expensive stuff, dude. But he is trying to get under the bed, but he's not allowed. We've blocked it off. Anyway, on to the actual matter at hand. Grand finals.
He's stealing all the focus from what should be a really exciting grand finals. The bunny is just
selfish rabbit, man.
A menace. I know. Terrible. Now, Breaking really poised here. Breaking has been such an impressive player all of today. Winner side grand finals again. Ooh.
Oh,
again, as
immediately starting with this fight,
mentioning it again. This is the first time. Well, I'm not too surprised. He has the momentum here. Ooh, what is this trickiness?
Oh, that short hop really is a common whiff against Liu Kang, it seems. The patience. He's waiting for the down one. For the double down one coming out again. And this time, some damage incoming. Oh, Breaking, he's so confident. No, Tweedy's the one that's been playing. He's technically the one feeling all the momentum here.
Oh, nice. Tweedy was waiting for that. You saw. Yeah, spend the second bar just to be sure. Don't know if he could have killed without that. And even if he didn't need to 100%, sod it. Guarantee it. Spend the bar. Bar comes back. Round lost doesn't. I mention it time and time again, but we have to remember Tweedy does have to reset the bracket, though. He does have to get that first 3 out of 5. As he is in losers, he effectively does have to knock Breaking into the losers first. And then we go back to 0-0. And Tweedy's got to win again. So he's got a lot of work to do. But he's not going to be against the idea of it. This is not Tweedy's first grand finals.
Definitely not. And off the momentum he's just got from beating Unjust, I feel like he's going to be quite hard to beat at Breaking the micro duck.
Those micro ducks are what won him the set in winners final,
yeah.
So you know he's going to be confident in going back to those. Oh, hello.
Ooh. They both whiff. Hang on a minute. He whiffed 2 sand traps.
He's probably got it ready, and he's going to know that. Oh, he tried. Oh, and standing 1 too early. Backbreaker. And Tweedy taking the first game of Grand Finals. Now, this was definitely, I mean, what was it, a 3-1 in Winners Finals?
Yeah,
I think it was 3-1. So it was a relatively strong showing for Breaking, but Tweedy to get that first game, I mean, Tweedy's not here to mess around. We have been saying all day, when there's money on the line, that is when Tweedy really brings his #1 A game. And Grand Finals, I mean, say no more. Second place gets 300. That's great. That's a chunk of money. That's more than first gets for the invitationals. But first place, $400. That's like near enough double what you get in the invitationals. So you know Tweedy, he's going to be eyes on the prize. And he's close. He's 1 set away from getting it. And he's going to know that.
And I think Tweedy, honestly, would be very above the money as well. Just being able to know that he's always had what it takes to win one of these tournaments. You know, because Tweedy, he's the kind of player that you know is... There's got to be that sense of pride when you take a first place. And if you join something like this, which has been going on for as many months as it has, with so many players like throughout EU and North America, Tweedy probably looks at this and thinks, I'd like to win one of these. And winning it now would really kind of confirm that little bit of self-confidence, you know, especially going back to Geras and getting that level of success.
Yeah, like we know Tweedy, he's a competitor. You know, even back to the early days of him just, you know, being some alien player that was being really confident on Test Your Might that no one had heard of, the Grod profile picture. Like, he's always been super confident in his ability, you know, so that definitely hasn't been a problem. I'm sure he's more than aware that he is capable of it. But now we're getting close. He knows it's a realistic thing to show, right? And get paid doing it.
Oh, there's the mix. What a round. Absolute domination so far. Breaking. Something needs to change in stat.
Now Tweedy looking good to... Ooh, just a vanilla standing 3. Plus frames. Now, he is not respecting those plus frames at all. And he's also not being punished for it, which is probably why. Big punish. Right, Breaking's got to be careful. This is looking not like the same kind of match. Yeah, there's the throw again, Breaking. Breaking's defense just hasn't been quite as on point. Good fuzzy. Yeah, we're seeing no anti-airs. We're seeing no micro ducks. We're seeing no throw of like hard throw reads. Anti-air way too early. And the second bar's back. That's it. Yeah, that's it. He's dead.
He's absolutely dead. We got that optimal start as well. Bring it on 2-0 now for Tweedy. Ooh. No brutality because he, I think, just wants to end it. He wants to move in.
This is that kind of run back that you see and you think, damn, how did this result ever go the opposite way in Winners? But you have to think, you know, a huge part of what made Breaking so good in the Winners Finals was the confidence on defense. The amount of microducks that worked out, the amount of like preemptive 1-2s he was able to like squeeze in. The staggers were on point. Dealing with Tweedy's throw game, like we saw so many just like hard commits on like ducks and just getting under them, and they were all paying off in like droves, but we're just not seeing that same confidence here. Now I know you could say that, you know, reads are guesses at the end of the day, but I feel like Breaking's not even attempting them. I feel like Breaking is almost playing very reserved compared to what he was in Winners, and that reserved play, Tweedy is basically just walking all over, or should I say jumping all over with body splash.
But this is a very motivated Tweedy, and Breaking not displaying like the same level of confidence, you know? I know you just pointed out that there's not as many micro ducks and those kind of like clutch in the moment challenges. Tweedy's kind of just running away with this right now, and that is not what happened in Winners. Breaking was giving it more than a fight. 3-1, remember? But here comes Tweedy. Man wants that reset, and he wants it in record time, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and you already whiffed enough to get the KB. You sometimes just forget how much damage that does. Geras. Oh, that low poke, that was to get Breaking to do something. Maybe jump in, perhaps. Tweedy, back to this defensive play.
He's got a bit of a lead, so he definitely can afford to do this. And even without, like, you're still looking to trade very well. And again, that's one thing Tweedy has been doing. He's standing in a range that makes it really tempting for Breaking to go for like a 1-2, and he's just standing out of the range of it and just waiting. He just stands still and waits for Breaking to press. Like, I really do feel like this could be quite a download.
Looks like it for now. Even without the meter to amplify, 22% is not bad, and this is reset point for Tweedy, believe it or not. We are already almost halfway there, and Breaking hasn't had even an inch of a fighting chance. There's the parry, but we need more than that. Uh-oh.
Now, Tweedy has no interest in letting Breaking start offense at all. This is probably why. This is where Breaking can get his way back in. Oh, down one underneath again. Good grab with the buff on, no less. Little tiny bit more damage.
Brings us back to 14% throw, you know, pre-patch. But now oh god. Now the KB was already used, but this could be a last chance now for Breaking before we go into a fresh new set. And that will be finish-in style. Tweedy, 3-0 in. I think this probably was the fastest 3-0 we've ever had for Grand Finals. That was a
10-minute set. That was a 10-minute best of 5 and a bracket reset nonetheless. Now, we've seen Breaking use Liu Kang all day, and I don't see a reason why we would see that changed, because he did use Liu Kang to beat Tweedy in the winner's side. I think it really comes down to a game of momentum and confidence. I think Breaking had most of the momentum in winners finals and had the confidence to get those big defensive decisions on the fly, whether it was ducking under for grabs, whether it was micro ducks in situations that maybe it should work, maybe it shouldn't. Strong staggers, which, staggers inherently are kind of like, I don't want to say it's guess-based offense, but it's, it's pressure at the end of the day. And it's, I think that you're going to do this, so I'm going to do this. But we're not seeing that here. But we are seeing him stick with Liu Kang, to be sure. Now, Breaking, we did say, we've seen a lot of Sub-Zero from him, a lot of Liu Kang. But it does look like Liu Kang has been the one that he's settled on for now, anyway. I think if we were going to see a swap, we would have seen it right here at the reset. Because we're 0-0 now. There's officially one final 3 out of 5. Winner of this, that's it. You are the monthly champion for January. Enjoy your prize money. And that's it. You're the first monthly winner of 2021, officially.
That was a record time bracket reset just now, and Tweedy feeling all kinds of momentum with this Geras. And again, he just knows you want to press. He's really got into breaking his rhythm there, it has to be said. Even fishing for the armor break right there.
I have to remember, going into like losers finals, we were mentioning, what the grand finals could look like, whether Tweedy or Mighty Unjust won. And I do remember saying that perhaps there could be more of a chance for a reset if Unjust won. But I feel like for all the same reasons we would have said Unjust could have had the higher chance for the reset, it's happening for Tweedy. It's adaptation. Tweedy is definitely showing that he has learned from what happened in winners finals.
And here comes that forward throw. We have to ask the question, what is the mix-up? In this case, a meaty mid. No punish there, though, and that's going to be some free damage there for Tweedy. And he gets a round on the board. 3 games and another round just in time. And we're about to get 4 games straight here with the way things are going. This is looking pretty one-sided.
I never want to speak too soon, but we have to go by what we're seeing. Oh, hello. That's a lot of damage. Ugh, 145 for that. I'll never get used to it. That would have been huge if he was ready for that.
Flawless block read. Immediately just whiffs the neutral jump.
It's weird because Tweedy, he's been going for so many body splashes. I'm actually really surprised he wasn't ready for that one. I feel like that is exactly the kind of body splash confirm he is always looking for.
Right, now what does Tweedy do? This was a brave break and gets grabbed for it. It was a risky break to go that late on, but with the tools ready, had some counter hits locked in. Fatal blow was good too. Oh, here we go again. Yes, so watch out on that 1-2. Tweedy wants him to whiff it. The slow pace, the neck chop. Uh-oh. Even more of it. Never forget that sand trap does 14% damage.
That Geras short hop kick always doing that is so surprising to see. It has like minus range.
Yeah. It has worked before, but only when he's basically point blank.
I don't think I've seen it do that against anyone but Liu Kang. I wonder if it's got something to do with like Liu Kang's like blocking animation or something.
Plot armor, mate.
Maybe.
Fire god. Now Tweedy, all he has to do is hit one sand trap. Oh,
you were saying.
And now the sequence that he even tried to tech. So that is always one of the greatest strengths of that sand trap. The fact that it does flat 14% damage is super plus on hit. He gets something guaranteed. It's quite scary.
A very versatile special, right? It's a good keep away tool. It's a good anti-zoning tool. It's good for like Oki as an ender. It's good for damage. It's the armor break. Like it's side switch. There's a lot to it, and there's a lot that makes the. I mean, I don't even think it's called Sand Trap. I think the default version is called Sand Trap, and that version is called Quicksand, if we are being specific. But you know,
I'm not being specific over that.
Yes.
I refuse. I refuse to do so. He does this, and he either goes this or either chops, you know? You understand.
Well, we know that this is one game already up in the reset, is Tweedy. Tweedy looking very solid here, to say the least. You know, this monthly final. The monthly final is made up of the best performing players of the month. They duke it out, they get to a top 8, and then it's the same as usual for us, and with a lot more money on the line. And we are very close to the end of finding out who is going to be our champion today. Looking like Tweedy is on the right track. Don't want to count out Breaking, though, because I feel like he really has deserved more props.
Breaking not having the same level of confidence does very much, and considering we haven't seen Breaking in Grand Finals here in some time, again, just memory doesn't... This is definitely Breaking's first time on winner's side Grand Finals. It definitely feels like there's a little bit of nerves getting to him, because the longer this set will go on, to be honest, the more nervous you'll feel, because you're not even getting a game, right? It's 4-0 right now. And Breaking, he might be thinking about that fact, and that's probably getting to him.
Well, let's hope not, because Breaking is looking good so far in this round. And again, that mix up. High damage, 200. Ouch.
Yeah, we keep getting very favorable stages for the Gyros mix-up, has to be said.
Oh, nice anti-air. Okay, no spending on the Fatal Blow either. Breaking is holding off on it.
Doesn't let it rock, though. Extra damage.
Those reversal grabs are really paying off. Oh, no.
You'd almost think that was a pre-patch up, too, with how fast that came out. And the Fatal Blow
was on video? It was 6 frames, right?
Yeah, it was 6 frames.
It was super fast.
It was the best wake up 2 in the game, without question.
My goodness. But now, Tweedy. Spend that Fatal Blow just to snatch the round away right from underneath Breaking. Oh, there we go.
Chops.
There's that. Good tool.
Oh,
hang on a minute.
Now we're starting to enforce it. Now we're getting confident. The splash.
Breaking, he's stand blocking every time. So every time there's a low interactable, he's getting hit. But it makes you wonder, is he fuzzying or is he just getting clipped? And it looks like he's getting clipped. Good jump. But no, the trip guard. He recovered in time. He did a meaty quicksand and still got the trip guard. That was crazy. I didn't realize it would recover in time. Okay, wake up parry. That's something.
So much shit.
Oh, there it is. He's in trouble. That's going to be a punish. Tweedy. Currently 5-0 in this grand finals. Looking totally unstoppable. Breaking definitely in a rough situation now. He was on the winner's side. He was the one that put Tweedy in losers in the first place in 3-1 fashion, but we are not seeing that same match here in this grand finals. Not at all.
All I can really say about this is that Tweedy is doing a perfect example of demonstrating why he's considered one of the absolute top level players. You know, this level of going out 3-1 in winners finals the way he did, being able to defeat Mighty Unjust, which is, as you might expect, no easy task anyway, and then taking that momentum against the player that beat him in winners, and now here he is 5 games in a row breaking. I expected this kind of change because Sub-Zero, we've been talking about Sub-Zero. He does play Sub-Zero as well. When Ultimate first hit the scene, he was playing more Sub-Zero than anyone else. But this must feel like, because the Liu Kang at this moment, it's not working. But Liu Kang requires you to be so fundamentally on point to work. And if you're shaky or you're nervous, maybe Sub-Zero might be a bit better for you. You know, just the forward 2, back 3 game. Like, as simple as it sounds, maybe Breaking will be a little bit it might be a little bit easier for him to digest this grand finals for Sub-Zero.
To be honest, I think what worked for Breaking and Winners Finals, if Breaking was able to kind of bring that exact same style now in Grand Finals, we would have seen it already. I think this makes the most sense, because fundamentally, we know Breaking has an incredible Liu Kang, for sure, but it just hasn't worked out in Grand Finals for very clear reasons. The way that Breaking was able to make it work in Winners just hasn't worked here. So if he's going to go away from the character, I mean, now or never. And he does have a good sub, so this is definitely not a Hail Mary.
However, it's a matchup that Tweedy is very, very familiar with. And now the forward throw comes through. Dunk it. And now what? The wake up down one attempt here from Breaking.
Oh, that could have been it.
All right, mix.
Tweedy, yeah. That could have been a huge turnaround. Attempt to mix. Oh, but the down one, the turn steals. These are 2 6-framers. That down one going to be quite an ugly mind game.
Oh my god.
Tweedy, tournament point already. We might be having the quickest reset into Grand Finals that we've ever had.
There's that low poke again, and Breaking the dash into forward 2. We have to go with the old faithful here. We are running out of time. The whiff. Creeping ice to stay safe. That meaty mid. Oh, counter hit. Not that it matters, because we're dedicating to forward 2-1. Break is not going to use that breakaway. And again, as this is tournament point, the pressure really adds up when you've got Gearus with 1 bar at least. The wake up 1-1, I mean, he's swinging. He can sense the money.
Has to be careful with his anti-airs though, Tweedy. He's going to want him to anti-air by now. Cut it short. Ooh, the walk back into the low. Tweedy still blocking. Counter poke. That is unfortunate. Now Breaking's in a rough spot. Ooh, tried to wake up buttons from that far away. Really expecting Tweedy to go in, I think. Plus frames. He knew. Now Breaking. This is fatal. Yeah, this is fatal blow kill territory. And yeah, now it definitely is. But now Breaking has his own. So Tweedy has to be careful now too.
Yeah, but Breaking knows if he does anything at jump distance.
Oh, that's it.
No.
That is it. Oh, the worst possible time. An uppercut just to make sure. Tweedy had a billion ways to end that one there, and that was going to be the opening to end it for the month, as Tweedy is our first monthly final champion of 2021. GG's. Well deserved. Tweedy really did play well today.
Oh yeah, it's his best day of Open Series without question, and he gets the result to show it. Going through one hell of a sequence of opponents, even to get into this grand finals, having to beat Mighty Unjust in nice and crispy fashion, if I have to say so myself, and then the run back against the gentleman that beat him in winners finals 6-0.
I do want to say though, even though that was definitely a much quicker grand finals than we expected, you know, I don't think any of us really thought we'd get the 6-0. I do want to say a huge respect to Breaking, because those of you that have been long-time Open Series viewers, you have seen the progression of Breaking across the months and months and months of Open Series. You know, huge shout out to the Mexican community. Yeah, Breaking really being a huge pioneer for the Mexican scene on Open Series, and it's been great to see his progress. Even though he did fall short in grand finals, to see him have that winner's run, El Cacoy taken down, Biohazard taken down, Tweedy taken down in winner's side, losing the run back in grand finals, sure, but that was still a path to be proud of. Getting his first grand finals winner's side placement, really impressive, and I'm super happy for him. And I have no doubt we will see him in the not so distant future in the rest of the Open Series weeks. But today it is Tweedy who is the man of the hour. That well-deserved first place after weeks of trying. You know, he's still relatively new to the Open Series in the grand scheme of things, but still new in the overall. And first place thanks to 3-0 back-to-back in a bracket reset and the final. GG's, Tweedy.
Good day. Very good day. We had Europe earlier, had a bit of a break, and now we come back with North America with Tweedy giving one hell of a performance all day long. But if you like Mortal Kombat and you want to play in the Open Series yourself, it's continuing all the way through February. Check a look at this schedule right here. We have BB Tag, Soul Calibur, Under Night, and FIFA 21. They have their respective monthly finals. And then we have all of these different weeklies of Ultimate on the left. But one final note on upcoming shows. Next Friday, on the 5th of Feb, the FGC Arcade, celebrating all of the fighting games that is covered in the PS4 tournament, where I'll be there, joined by a bunch of other fine, talented gentlemen, covering just a real collaboration and celebration of all these games, a whole bunch of different high-level sets, some fun, content alongside it. Same place you'll be able to find it on, but I'm very excited for all that too. But that is where we have to call it a day. It's all we have time for. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you again massively to Sony, PlayStation, for the PS4 tournaments. It's been a really incredible experience to have the Mortal Kombat community receive so much support over the months they've had it, and it's great to know, February, the action will continue, and if you like Mortal Kombat, and you are of the eligible region for Intercontinental, go to compete.playstation.com. Intercontinental Combat starts again tomorrow. The top 8 is on Sunday on the PlayStation channels and the NetherRealm channels. One final thank you to the production team behind the scenes making these broadcasts happen. We appreciate your work in these long hours and these long shows that we do, but we love what we do and we love you very much. Cheers, Jake, for joining me as always, mate. This has been the Open Series for PS4 tournaments. We'll see you next week where the action starts all over again. Take care.
See you later, chat.
PlayStation.
On February 5th, the PS4 tournaments will be celebrating, well, you. PlayStation is hosting the FGC Arcade,
a massive celebration for the fighting game community that will feature top pros
and awesome commentators, like me.
Like yours truly. Like myself, and we'll be showcasing a wide variety of fighting games. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate,
Soul Calibur 6,
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle,
Under Night In-Birth EXE Late Claire. There will be some intense matchups.
All the top level play you could possibly imagine,
and more. So make sure that you tune in on February 5th.
See what fighting game shenanigans unfold.
And of course, plenty more to look forward to.
PlayStation.